But I'm actually banned on Uber.
What did you do?
So 2 years ago, my friend and I were in New York and we were very drunk and then we had to Uber back. She was wearing a plug at the time and she asked if I could take a photo of her. The next day, it says like call Uber, like police. The driver's claiming you. Normally, hot girls get away with it. Are we cheersing?
Oh, well, yeah. I need to put whiskey in a cup. It wouldn't be proper to cheers with the orange drink.
No, definitely not. What kind of whiskey is it?
Tonight we were drinking the house wine of it. Now we drink. We were drinking Elijah Craig.
Oh, that's your favorite?
No, it's just a really good price point. Good bourbon for the price point. It's a 94 proof bourbon that is $26.
Okay, nice. And do I have to say what I'm drinking?
No, unless you want to. Unless you want to give some brand shout out.
And I'm drinking Espolon. I didn't drink this whole bottle.
She totally did.
Mm-hmm.
I went to use the restroom and then half the bottle was gone.
I do love tequila.
What happened to that cheers? You're
You're
literally like, I'm waiting to drink until
I'm sorry.
To cheers you. The second I start talking about alcohol, you're like, I need to start drinking now. I need to start drinking right now.
I've been waiting for this. I haven't drank all day.
Well, that's very responsible of you.
I know.
You weren't just knocking back a flask on the photo shoot?
I thought about having a pre-drink before the podcast. Remember the pre-drinking days?
Always.
It was almost better than the actual party, doing the pre-drink.
I was a scumbag rock and roller. Like, some of my friends took the pre-drinking a little too far. Some of them would be like, water bottle full of vodka in the bar in the club. Like, oh yeah.
And then having that water bottle next to your bed, thinking that it's water and chugging into the morning. Oh, that was brutal. Those were the days.
Like last week.
Mm-hmm. I find like, how old are you?
43.
Okay, I'm 30. So we kind of have a similar timeline. I find that kids nowadays aren't drinking like they used to.
No.
Like, what's going on?
The weeds.
And vaping. Vaping's the thing now. Like, my boyfriend has 2 sons, and he was telling me in the high school bathroom, there's a guy selling vapes rather than drugs. Like, so lame.
Unless they're full of DMT. They do have DMT vapes.
Oh, well, maybe, but yeah. So instead of drugs, it's vapes and no more drinking. So weird. I think that we had the best time growing up.
Oh, I agree. I say this all the time because we're old enough that we got to have an analog childhood. But we're young enough that this digital stuff isn't scary.
Yeah.
It's the best of both worlds because holy fuck, the youngins. Oh, I guess this is an episode of just us olds talking shit about the youngins.
It is.
They don't know how to communicate with people in the real world.
Well, it's true. I find that, the older that I'm getting, the less I understand kids these days. So lame.
So are you officially a stepmommy?
I guess. Well, technically in porn, you are considered stepmom, I think after 26. So I'm a gilf now.
Well, yes. Well, 25 with, modifications done, you fall into MILF category. But I meant the real world, like having a partner who has kids that are like humans, not just.
Yeah. Well, one of his sons always wants to hug me goodbye, so we think that he might have a crush on me.
Aw. That's just awkward.
So sweet.
Aw.
I don't mind being the hot stepmom. I don't want my own kids, so it's the only way that I'm going to get some kid action.
Well, good on you for being willing to put up with the other people's kids. I don't want kids either, and I do everything in my power not to date people with kids, and it's kind of hard.
Really?
Well,
it can be fun.
Sure.
Depends on the age, I guess.
You know what else is fun? Not being responsible for another human.
That's true. So no pets.
No. I barely keep me alive. You literally met me today, and you're just like, here's things to keep yourself alive, dummy.
I know. I really hope that does make you feel better, though.
I mean, the placebo's working already.
Okay, good.
I don't know if anything in your magic elixir actually did shit.
We'll see.
But
message me tomorrow. We'll see if you're feeling better. I find that anytime I take that when I'm starting to feel sick, it works. So
I also Hot tea. I neti potted also.
That's good.
Like the neti pot. So I like.
That thing's disgusting. I don't know how people do it. It's so gross.
Oh, it's horrible, but it's like it feels so much better. Like I feel if I had called you when we were texting earlier, like you would have heard a difference in my voice of how congested I was. So it was just like doing a little quick power wash through my nostrils, and then an enticing visual, folks. Just water just dribbling out of my nose.
You never know. I'm sure that's a fetish, some sort of snot fetish.
Maybe I'll just get into that. Then maybe that'll be my niche. I just won't get or actually maybe just full nude neti potting.
Yeah, I bet that's a fetish. I'm sure you could find that on many vids. Or what's another weird porn site that has like strange categories? I think X Hamster has a lot of weird categories.
Go to Google this now, and I hope this does not give my computer AIDS.
I haven't had any requests from fans for anything snot related, but I have had other requests that are bodily fluid related, of course.
No, I think we just discovered a new niche. Like nothing else is. Right. Found it, folks.
Something that's never been done in porn? What?
Well, I'm sure it's been done, but it's not easily searchable. They're marketing stuff.
Okay.
I'm sure it's just, with a little more digging than my cursory Google search of neti pot porn.
Well, is that patented?
Oh, neti pot? I may have to sinus irrigation.
Yeah. Maybe with like cum or something. There must be something related to that. Look up cum in nose and maybe something. Snorting cum. That must come up.
Okay, Pornhub. Nasal cleansing is just too sensual. Oh my God.
Is there anything with snorting cum?
The FBI is going to be so weirded out by this.
Like one of my favorite moments in Jackass was when Steve-O snorted the line of wasabi. Oh my God. Can you imagine that?
No.
Ugh, so disgusting.
So much of Steve-O's life I could not imagine doing.
Yeah. I know he seems wild. But I'll tell you one of the reasons I've never tried cocaine. I've never done cocaine, which people are always shocked about, because when I was a kid, one of my friends dared me to snort a pixie stick. And it hurt so badly that I never tried cocaine after that.
I've been led to believe, cocaine has a numbing effect.
I don't know. I wouldn't know. I've never tried it.
How many times have you been offered it, though?
Oh, so much. Especially in Toronto. It's very big in Toronto. That's where I'm from. And of course, it's huge in LA.
No. No one does cocaine in LA. No.
So yeah, I've never tried it. Just sticking with tequila.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I'm from Chicago originally, and definitely there's cocaine in Chicago. But it was like, it wasn't as wildly, readily available as it is in LA.
Yeah.
It's just like, some people would sneak off to the bathroom, do a bump.
No, I never saw the appeal of it. I was like, because I asked my friends, I was like, what do you like about it? They're like, oh, it just makes you feel like invincible, incredible. And it only lasts for like 20 minutes. I'm like, what's the point? I guess that's why you just have to keep doing it. But yeah, not for me.
Pass on my end too.
We'll just stay healthy with alcohol.
Exactly. And mushrooms. But.
Oh, I like mushrooms too.
Are they decriminal up there yet?
Not sure about Ontario. Maybe BC. I don't know. You'd have to look it up. I should know these things.
You're the news.
I know. I guess we're not talking about drug laws all the time. We try to keep the news light and fun.
Aren't mushrooms light and fun?
Oh, yeah, you're right. There goes that theory.
I don't do mushrooms to be like, man, I want to have a depressive episode. Let's do some mushrooms. You guys got to report on the mushrooms. I don't know. Don't tell. I should not be the one dictating how the news works in any way, shape, or form.
Well, we did used to have a men's program. It was called Naked News Daily Mail. It ended in 2004 because they realized that women weren't wanting to pay for men.
Oh, my God.
Women didn't want to pay to see men naked. And they just stuck with the women's program instead.
Oh, my God. Well.
But you could have auditioned.
I feel like as a visual marketplace, I more would be a demo for other men. I'm a big hairy dude.
Well, that's one of the reasons we started in Toronto is because Toronto had such a big gay market as well. But even gay men, they don't want to pay for naked men either.
That's bullshit.
I know. Well, luckily we got the women's program.
True.
But the men's program, there was lots of helicoptering going on. And they couldn't be fully hard. They would just be like semi-hard.
So what happens if they got a full erection?
Well, they'd have to step off camera.
Excuse me?
Yeah. I don't know how they would really get fully hard, though, just reading the news. I wasn't around that time. I started on the show in 2009.
Well,
I know. I wished that I could have been there during that time. That would have been hilarious.
As a penis owner, sometimes it has a mind of its own. Sometimes it's just like, I'm going to be erect now.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Sometimes it just, you get some guy it's his fetish to be on camera and it's just.
Yeah, you're right.
Or he's just a little worried about being on camera the first time and it's just like, well, I might just take this like quarter of a Viagra just to be safe, and then.
Yeah. Oh my God, you know who was interviewed on the show way back in the day, obviously before he was caught? Luca Magnotta.
Not familiar.
The murderer? The guy who chopped that guy's head off? There was a whole documentary about him, Don't Fuck with Cats.
Yes, okay.
Yes. So he was interviewed on Naked News, like obviously way before then, because he was a male escort. And yeah, that was in the Naked News archives that we interviewed a murderer. It's crazy.
I'm sure you've interviewed more than one.
I don't know if I ever have.
Well, are you doing that? Are you going back through and being like, everyone I've ever interviewed, still not a murderer?
Some of those like prison interviews, I think it would be interesting to interview like a murderer, maybe. Maybe I'll look into that.
I don't know. Doing it naked on death row might be a little awkward.
Always curious about somebody's last meal. That's really interesting. And there's been a few articles about some famous murderers' last meals, and it's funny what people want as their last meal. When you think about it, like, what would you choose?
Oh, I know I'm on record about this already.
Yeah.
And I was just about to ask you what yours is.
Okay.
But, oh, shit. See, this is where I'm a little spacey right now. Normally, I'm very food-centric. And I'd be like, oh, well.
That's why it's so hard to choose, because there's so many delicious things.
I know. Well, probably some ribs.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta have, like, good St. Louis-style ribs.
Mm.
A good steak.
Mm-hmm.
I would just gorge myself to the point where, like,
yes,
it's gonna be
much meat.
It's gonna be a bad cleanup.
Yeah.
For the poor bastard who has to clean up after my corpse. Because when my body purges,
oh, that's true. Yes.
I'm gonna leak right through that diaper.
Mine, I love my mom's lasagna, and I'm gluten and dairy free, so I never get to eat that kind of stuff. So of course, my last meal, I'm gonna gorge on all the gluten and dairy. I also love candy, like gummies, any sort of sweets, like cakes and desserts. So, luckily it'll be my last meal because I'll probably die right afterwards.
They're like, oh, I thought this was a lethal injection, not the gas chamber.
Yeah. Oh my God, yes, that's for sure. That would definitely happen. Ugh, so gross. Yeah, you do not want to be around me if I've had dairy.
Good to know. Good to know. But no poutine then.
I know. Well, you can get vegan poutine. Obviously, it sucks, but sometimes I will have it.
I would rather abstain at that point.
I know. It's just not worth it. Like sometimes, like I'll take the gluten and the dairy pills beforehand to kind of like help my stomach, but it still happens and it's just not even worth the pain and the trouble. So I just have to wait for my last meal.
Well, I'm really hoping you don't end up on death row.
Me too. I don't know what crime I would even commit.
Probably murder. That's probably what would get you there.
I don't know. I have been arrested before.
For what?
B&E with intent.
Okay, there's a story here. Like, just casually, like, oh, just a little B&E.
It's actually so lame. So my dad used to have a yacht, I guess, It technically wasn't a yacht. Like, it was an old ship, but it was docked with other fancy yachts. So he had like a really old vintage one, and there was all these like super mega yachts around him. So my friends and I decided to take out a little dinghy and go on to one of these super yachts late at night. And my friend's boyfriend at the time yelled out to a rollerblader rollerblading past, and that rollerblader called the cops and said that we were breaking onto this boat and stealing stuff. So my friend and I got arrested on our bathing suits and had to spend the night in jail. And I got a cavity search and everything.
You get arrested at least?
And the guys got arrested too.
Okay, I was about to say.
Luckily, my mom had a friend in the police district, and we got off on the charges. But I had a mugshot taken and the cavity search and the night in jail. But crazy. We were 18, so it wasn't on like our criminal record.
Oh, see, here in the States, you'd probably still be in.
Well, I'm sure my mugshot is floating around somewhere.
Do they have like the laws where you can easily look that shit up in Canada?
I think you have to pay for it.
Oh, well. We're not doing that.
Yeah, we're not paying for it. Have you been arrested?
No, I have been faster than the police every time that has been an issue. There were definitely being a punk kid. Like, there have been some times where I have run from the cops.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, this is 30 years ago. I'm pretty sure the statute of limitations have passed.
Yeah.
But never arrested. The closest I got to actually legitimately getting arrested is also a really stupid and lame story.
Mm-hmm.
One of my idiot friends, his parents had just gotten a car from a family member, like transferred up from Texas. This idiot did not have a license and just decided to borrow the car without permission. And me and a couple of others are just joyriding in it. We're just joyriding around the suburbs of Chicago. He makes an illegal right-hand turn in one of the more affluent suburbs up in the North Burbs. And we didn't think it was a cop behind us because this is the 90s and SUV police vehicles was not.
I hate when they have those secret cars, like a truck or a minivan. Like, just stick to the regular cruiser.
Yeah, it was stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And they roll us. And it turns out to be a canine unit. And one of my buddies in the backseat is the worst stoner in the world. And the first thing I do when those lights go is like, do you have fucking weed on you? And I don't know why. I don't know how. But for whatever fucking reason, he left his stash at my place.
Oh, good.
Because they pull us out of the car. And dude breaks out the can. I was like, points us out. Find the dope, boy. Find the dope. Find the dope. Find the dope. Thankfully, found nothing.
Oh, my God.
There were the three of us in the back of the squad. Drove us to the station. But since we were just passengers in this car, we were allowed to go on our merry fucking way.
Mm-hmm.
My idiot friend who was joyriding didn't even have a driver's license.
Yeah.
Didn't even have a fucking driver's license. Eventually, his parents come and collect him. And we foolishly asked his parents for a ride back home. Because we're like 20 miles from home. And his father's like, you stole my fucking car. Figure it out yourself. Like,
uh-oh. Well, at least you got a good story.
It's an okay story. It's not the most epic, crime drama.
Yeah, I guess you're not going to be on an episode of Law and Order anytime soon.
No. That one star. Just see, at least with your piracy, there's all the thrill and adventure. Like, oh, is there someone on the boat? You could build that with some suspense.
I know. The reason that I guess he thought we were stealing was because we were passing a paddle down. So that's what he said that we were stealing, the rollerblader. But had my friend's boyfriend not yelled out, we would have been safe. Oh well.
What was his beef against rollerblades?
I don't know. Well, there's that old joke. What's the worst part about rollerblading? Telling your parents you're gay. I love rollerblading. I actually prefer roller skating.
I roller skated quite a bit as like a kid. Like, roller rinks were a thing.
So fun. A roller rink just opened near my house, and my friend and I went, and it was so fun. But we were like, why don't they serve alcohol here? And on the concrete floor. So many people were falling. Their heads are bouncing off the floor. That's why they don't serve alcohol.
Yeah.
I swear to God, one guy must have got a concussion because I could hear his head literally bounce on the floor. It sounded terrible. And he shortly left afterwards. So I was checking the news to see if he died.
Well, would you report on that one?
No, we keep the news light, remember? We changed the format several years ago. We used to cover like wars and stuff like that. And then we realized that it's better to have women disrobing out of lingerie and suits, covering more light-hearted stories.
I don't know. I would be much happier like to hear that a loved one died as someone's disrobing in front of me.
No.
It would be a much easier pill to swallow. Like,
No.
Your grandmother, she loved you a lot.
No, especially when we're reporting on any sort of death story. To be respectful, we will keep our clothes on.
How is that disrespectful to be naked? How? We all got here naked. We're all leaving naked.
Hey, I don't make the rules. It's just out of respect. Like, hey, we covered the Sandy Hook shooting. And we remained in suits. This is before the time that we decided to change the format where we were just covering like major stories. But then we realized people aren't going to Naked News for the hard-hitting stories.
Yeah. I guess getting an erection when talking about dead children is a weird boner.
Yes. But out of respect, we still covered it and we remained in suits. And yes, but that was an interesting time in the news covering that.
How did Canada react to that? They're just like, oh, those Americans. It just keeps happening.
It's just so crazy. Like there's one every week still. But yeah, we don't cover them really anymore.
Yeah. As The Onion and soon to be InfoWars likes to say, the only country where this keeps regularly happening asks, how do we stop this?
Yeah. Thoughts and prayers. That's all we do.
I'm really a lot of conflicted about gun ownership in America. I am a gun owner.
Yeah.
And I believe in my right to own guns, but
yeah.
Jesus Christ, we handle it so poorly.
Like, why can't you just get somebody to take a class?
Right?
Like, it's easier to get a driver's license. I mean, it's easier to get a gun than a driver's license. It's crazy. Like, just take a weekend class.
Well, and also one of my other things is like, there needs to be consistent national laws. It makes absolutely no sense for Blue California to be wildly restrictive about guns, and I can be in Vegas in 4 hours where if you had a Nevada concealed carry, you could cash and carry a handgun same day. Like, it's a 4-hour drive.
Yeah, it's wild. Like I went to Texas and I went to like a really cool gun store there that was selling like all these incredible old-timey handguns and pistols. It was super cool. But I asked him, I was like, how would I go about buying this? He's like, all you need is a driver's license. I was like, okay, that's it. It's crazy.
It's nuts. It makes no sense to be like, states have porous borders these days. It's not like the fucking 1800s were like, we got to do this on horseback or train. It takes days to get to another state.
Whatever.
I mean, if I was really motivated, I could be in Texas tomorrow via car. Like, just.
I don't think it's ever changing, but just whatevs. Natural selection.
If it was only natural selection, I'd be much more okay with this. It's unfortunately the innocent bystanders that.
That's true. That's true. Yes, I know. It's a tough conversation.
You're like, whoa. I didn't come on this stupid drinking show to talk about real fucking topics. Holy shit.
Don't mind. We can talk about whatever. This is your show.
I know. That was exciting for you to be like, I don't have to interview him.
I know. It's weird. Even, don't you find that I'm still asking you questions? I can't help it. I'm sorry.
Why would you apologize? Oh my God. You're having a conversation with a stranger and you're inquisitive of wanting to know their opinions of things.
I know.
That's not odd.
This is your show. You have to be the boss. You're the boss.
No, I'm a participant. This is a collaborative process.
Okay.
That's how
I'm not in trouble. Good.
No.
I've been in interviews before where somebody's trying to interview me. Like it was a friend of mine and she's like, hey, can you stop interviewing me? I'm trying to interview you. And I couldn't help it.
See, I'm just trying to have a conversation with you.
Okay, cool.
I want the audience always, I didn't give you this spiel before we got on air.
I know, you didn't tell me anything.
I know, that's half the fun. Normally I have a much better prepared spiel.
Okay.
But the feel I always want for the audience is like that they just sat down in a bar and they happen to be overhearing our conversation next to them. That's all I really want from every episode. Like I want the audience to get a feel of who you are as a person and be like, oh, that was a real conversation.
I like that. What a great concept for a show. As soon as I heard about the show and Now We Drink, I was like, oh my God, I love that, because I find that, don't you find that like just having a couple of drinks is just such a great way to get to know somebody?
Exactly. And especially once the alcohol is metabolized a little bit, get a little loose.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I also forgot to give you the spiel beforehand of like, if there's anything you say that after the fact you're like, oh, I was a little drunk, I shouldn't have said, I will happily cut it.
How often does that happen?
Oh, often.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yes.
And you actually you cut it out?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I want to hear the uncut stuff now.
Oh, there are flat out lost episodes.
A whole episode.
Yeah,
That sucks.
I've had people flat out be like, don't air that. Or I've had a couple people, it happens infrequently, leave angry.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Crazy. I guess because they're angry drunks.
Well, the one that comes to mind, the most recent one was like, the guest was a comedian, and I will not pull punches on the horrible shit I say, especially if your title says comedian.
Yeah.
Like, I expect you to be able to roll with the fucking punches.
Yeah.
And she said on air, she was talking about that her family came from generational wealth from Virginia. I'm like, oh, so your family owned people.
She was upset about that.
She was upset about that. And the other thing she was upset about is she has an OF. And I referred to her as a sex worker, which is not a negative connotation at all in my world. Not at all. And she got really upset. She's like, I'm a comedian. I'm not a sex worker.
You have an OnlyFans.
Right. She's like, I just take bikini pics and text with dudes. I'm like, yeah,
people are probably jerking off.
Right? I don't think they're fashion bloggers that are coming to your OF just to see your bikinis.
Yeah. No, even like a few years ago when the term sex worker was coming out, I was like, is naked news considered sex work?
I think so.
It is. Not because I think what I was thinking, like when I had first heard the term, at first, when I was young and naive, I thought sex worker meant prostitute, which it's not that. It's a whole broad range of my God, see, this is where the alcohol comes in.
There's also things that happen.
Cut this out where I sound stupid. So the term is such a broad term that it can mean so many different things. It can mean prostitute. It can mean OnlyFans. Anything where I think somebody is watching and being titillated and it might be even jerking off, I think that's considered sex work.
Oh shit, I'm a sex worker.
I guess so. You could be in the realm.
People are jerking off to this.
But it's still adult industry.
Oh, no, for sure. And it's like the blanket.
It's such a gray area. That's what I'm trying to say.
It's like being an athlete. Like an athlete is a professional basketball player and a race car driver.
And the newest form of sport, hobby horsing. Have you seen that?
What the fuck?
Look it up immediately. It is the fucking funniest thing ever.
Well, now you're the producer of the show. Look this up, Matt. Look it up. There's one thing. I'm okay with you interviewing me back.
I just saw
you producing the show. Like,
oh my God, my camera guys are going to die because they always call me the producer on Naked News because I'm constantly saying, like, get this shot. I can't help it. I've been on the show for 15 years.
I just became your young Jamie.
Yeah.
Like, Jamie, look that up.
Okay, did you see it?
Oh my God. It's like hurdles, but with a hobby horse.
Yeah. So basically, they think, I guess, that they're equestrians, but they're hobby horsing and doing the jumps, and it's a very serious sport. It's so funny. So yeah, that's athletes. Anywhere from NFL to hobby horsing, and that's sex work. Anywhere from prostitutes to what's the lowest form? Or the
you don't want to say that.
Not the lowest.
You don't want to say that on the internet.
I meant like the most like tamest form. What would be the tamest form of sex work? Go-go dancer. Like clothed.
I honestly feel like someone doing bikini pics, like.
Yeah, bikini pics, I guess, would be the tamest version.
Just go-go dancers still have to deal with live humans in meat space.
That's true. Okay,
and so I'm sure
bikini pic OnlyFans. Yeah, you're on the tame version of sex work, but you're still on the sex work spectrum.
I can imagine you can combine hobby horsing and sex work.
Mm.
There's
I'm sure that's been done.
I'm sure there's those people that love pony play.
Which is such a weird fetish. Oh my God. I think it goes hand in hand with the people who put hamsters up their asses.
Well, one of those is abuse and one of those is weird but harmless.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Like,
I'm not kink shaming, but hamsters in the butt.
Well, no, that's animal abuse.
Yeah.
Unless you're putting dead hamsters in it, I guess.
Oh my God.
The animal's already dead. You can't abuse it more.
Can't be. No, there's nobody doing
Oh,
that.
I'm sure there's somebody. I'm not Googling that one.
I think the appeal, don't Google that. I think the appeal of the hamster thing is that you feel them like wriggling around.
Well, I'm sure. I'm sure it is.
How did we get onto this topic?
You started it. You were the first one who mentioned hamsters and anuses.
I'm the producer. I'm almost done my first drink.
Well, you can
that must be why the hamster butt play is coming out. Aren't you so glad you invited me on this show?
I absolutely am. I'm absolutely.
Did you do any research about me?
So normally I do research day of, but because today I knew the naked news part.
Do any research about me? Okay.
I knew the naked news part. I was woefully unprepared today.
That's okay. Any questions about naked news?
No.
No?
No.
Really?
Well, because I feel like...
Okay, one of the most common questions I get is, do you sit behind a clear desk? Like for somebody who's never heard of the show, they'll ask, oh, do you sit behind a clear desk? I'm like, no, we're standing. And it's not like spread vagina.
Right, but if you're behind a desk, it would be. It'd be very basic.
That's, I guess, why that's the most common question. But that would be cool. But no, we're not sitting at a desk. We're standing.
That's horrible. Like,
you think we should be sitting?
Well, no. Well, it's horrible that you're made to stand.
No, I don't mind it.
Well, because you figure every other newscaster in the world gets to sit.
Except the weather people.
Yeah, but if you're in front of a green screen, sure.
But the reason we're standing is we're disrobing. You can't disrobe and sit.
Want to bet?
Oh, you showed me.
I almost did.
What's another funny little secret about naked news? We were never allowed to say stripping on the show. It's always disrobing because we're professionals.
I will argue that fact. I know many professional strippers.
I don't know why that was always a rule.
Who made these rules? You're the producer.
I wish. No, these were just rules that were set. Like the show started in 1999, so it was very like tame back in the day. Like nowadays, like the girls can twerk and shake their tits and stuff. But in 1999, they weren't allowed to wear pants. It was like naked stuff in the 50s. It was so funny.
So behind closed doors and technically only for procreation?
Yeah, pretty much. No, but there were so many weird rules. Like we weren't allowed to wear animal print because that was too sexual. Like just the strangest things. But now it's like the Wild West. We can kind of do whatever and have fun.
So stirrups.
And we still remain professional, of course. But yeah, and we're allowed to wear pants now, unfortunately. But yeah, so many weird rules.
That is really odd. Like, who set those rules?
The executive producer back in the day.
So not the Canadian government.
No. No.
Who? Okay.
I know, no leopard print, no pants. Very strange. But yeah, I'm glad those rules are done away with now because I love leopard print and pants.
Well, you're wearing one out of two right now, so.
Well, did you like my Canadian tuxedo?
Yeah, I was actually going to comment on it. She's in all denim. All denim.
I love rompers or jumpsuits because it's just like one outfit and you just look so put together. Like, have you ever rocked a onesie before?
Yeah, but it's always a costume. It's always something stupid.
Okay, well, try like suits for men, like these kind of suits, like overalls or something, can be cute. No? You said you had a farmer's tan, so that's why I say.
I feel like my gut is too big to pull off the onesie.
No way. Can be very flattering. Maybe we'll go shopping. I'll take you shopping.
All right. That'd be a first. Like just getting me drunk and taking me shopping.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's actually one of my favorite activities is drunk shopping.
Online or in person?
Either or, because I actually prefer day drinking to night drinking. So after a little drinking at brunch, I like to go shopping afterwards.
Yeah, I will day drink, but
what do you like better, day drinking or night drinking? Oh, you said you were a night owl. So.
I am a night owl, but And the problem is with day drinking is like sometimes the rest of my day just goes out the fucking window at that point.
But wouldn't you rather that than the night? Wouldn't you rather wake up at a reasonable hour?
No, I choose not to wake up at a reasonable hour. I'm an adult. I could set an alarm. I could wake up at a reasonable hour.
Feel like an asshole when you're waking up at noon? Really?
Oh, great.
Really? I feel like the day is wasted.
No, because I'm still doing shit at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning sometimes.
Ugh, no. When I come home after a night out and the birds are chirping, I'm like, oh my God, I'm a loser.
Yeah, I on the other hand, I'm like, I'm living.
No way. I like to have the whole day.
I do have the whole day. Just it's dark.
No, you need the light. You need the vitamin D. See, that's probably why you got sick.
I have pills for that. And obviously I'm getting some sun.
That's true. You got a good farmer's tan going on.
I do see some sun, but it's just like, I don't know. I've worked in nightlife and forever, and it's just like, I've just kind of grown nocturnal as I'm like, I'm a full-time content creator. I will just be up all night.
Yeah. What were you doing before? Like a bouncer or something?
Well,
I don't know why I see you as a bouncer.
I legitimately have done that job.
Yeah.
Legitimately.
At a strip club?
So when I first got into the industry, I was rodeoing for girls. So like I would go with features to strip clubs.
Okay.
I'd be the dude who scoops dollars and make sure that no one fucks with them.
Love it.
That was my first job in the industry. But I've done armed security. I've done security. I was a private investigator for a while.
Ooh, cool. Like catching people cheating?
Mostly catching people doing insurance fraud.
Well, that's fun too.
Yeah.
Like seeing people who are doing like medical insurance fraud. Oh, I love that.
It's mostly workers' comp insurance fraud. It's just like, oh,
you're not hurt.
You're not hurt at all.
And then you'd have to take like pictures and videos of them.
Videos. That's it. No one does the dramatic like.
No? Oh, I'm basing it on movies.
Oh yeah. No, in reality, it's like literally dressed like this. Like this is the outfit I'd wear to work.
Yeah.
Because you can't run the air conditioning in the back of the car while you're doing surveillance because people would be like, why is that car running?
Yeah.
So you're in a hot car.
That's why it would be such a tough job because it's so much sitting and not exciting like crime fighting.
Well, it's actually what got me into podcasting. Because when I first started doing the gig, I was listening to audiobooks. I needed something that like passed the time but not distract me from visual.
Yeah.
And then I kept losing my fucking place on audiobooks. It's like, oh shit, something happened. Like, where the fuck was it? So I started listening to a bunch of podcasts. And like, I was already in adults at that point. I was already like, been doing roadie work. I'd been doing production work and shit like that. So it's like, I did both jobs. And it was just like, I know a bunch of people. I have technical know-how. Let's start a podcast.
There you go.
It'll be 9 years later.
Here we are at the table with the mics and the setup and the sound foam.
Very poorly hung sound foam.
Well, it's just it's in so many weird places. Like, really? Is this doing much? I would think the ceiling would be better.
Probably.
This is just for decoration.
It's for my booming ass voice. That is for my booming ass.
What about this one over there?
They're yours.
Oh, okay.
In theory. The one behind you is just decoration.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, you need some like sound blankets or I don't know.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm producing again.
You can get your producer credit. I'll put it on IMDb. I promise you. I'll give you the producer credit. No, I would love to move into a real studio space at some point, but
no, why not have a home studio? Then you can wake up whenever you want and then you're here at work.
I know. I literally jumped out of the shower and answered the door for you.
Which I think you gave me the wrong door code.
Did I?
Because it didn't work. It said access denied. And that's when I started to think like, am I at the wrong spot? Because somebody let me in and then I get to the door and then nobody's answering. And then I'm knocking like 3 times and still nobody's answering. I'm like, did I come to the wrong place? Because I didn't put the postal code in. So I wasn't sure if there was another same address. And luckily it was the same. It was the right place.
Yeah, we got you here. I was literally just jumping out of the shower and saw my phone. I'm like, oh shit, I'm coming.
Yay.
Thankfully, I don't have hair to style anymore.
Yeah.
It's like hat, pants.
God, it must be so nice to be a guy sometimes.
It is. But I was also a long hair. Like I had hair down the middle of my back at one point in my life.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. A long hair.
Yeah. Like I had from
high
school to like my early 20s had hair down to the middle of my back.
Was it nice or was it like gross?
I will let you be the judge of that.
Okay, let's see.
I'm going to go to,
So when you edit this together, will you like put up a photo?
if I'm feeling spicy, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. Where the fuck are the favorites? Where are the favorites? You fucking.
I like to keep my hair short. Like this is pretty relatively short hair for women.
I guess.
I find that it's too high maintenance.
Well,
Long hair.
My hair curls too, so it was a fucking nightmare. Like,
what did you have, a straightener? Oh my god! You look like Weird Al. That's cute though. It actually looks nice. Like it's lush.
Yeah. Oh, so much conditioner went into my fucking hair those days.
It's funny how men almost have like better quality hair than women, just like doing the most basic maintenance.
It's true. My mother would always like pull my curls. Like, I wish I had hair like this.
Yeah.
Like,
and you guys have better skin. Oh, you just got it all.
Well, we don't have to put makeup on.
I know.
Like, what you guys do for society fucking clogs your pores.
I know. Yeah, it sucks. But don't I look great?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Did you say I don't?
No, you look great. Your skin's beautiful.
It's not.
Do you like having a beard?
I do. That's why I have one. That's the beautiful part about this life. I can just do whatever the fuck I want.
So you always have a beard?
Almost always. I'll shave it off every like 5-6 years and be like, oh yeah, why the fuck did I do that?
And what, do you look like a kid?
I look much younger, and like last time I did it, like I'm like, I look like I just wasn't a fan of just how I looked. It's just,
did you have a beard when you were younger? Were you the one that was going to the liquor store for everybody?
I was the guy who was going to the liquor store for everybody just on balls and confidence. I was the guy running the liquor store. I had braces. I had fucking braces and still was like, yeah.
No, I was the person who was going to the liquor store too because I had the biggest boobs. And I guess I had the confidence. So yeah, I always would go to the liquor store for friends and just like never got carded. But back in the day, it was also like nowadays IDs, they have like special holograms and stuff. Like years ago, they didn't have those.
I never had a fake. I just bullshitted my way through it.
Oh, I had a fake ID too. Mine was from Michigan.
Why in Canada would they take an American ID?
Because like my friends and I, we chose Michigan. We're like, oh, I don't think that the Canadian bars will be like familiar with this ID. So they'll be like, oh, it's a weird foreign ID. We'll let them in, sure.
Why are you here?
Why are we here? Because the drinking age is younger in Canada.
But also, like, why are you here week after week?
There was some thought process going on. We weren't going to the same bars all the time.
Well, that's a mistake too. You want to establish rapport with the staff.
Well, I did have one kind of Cheers place that we would go to, and yeah, so we did. But because they checked our IDs like a couple of times, then we just kept going back. So they're like, oh, they'll let us in.
The Americans are here again.
Oh my God, the stuff that I did when I was, like the first time I ever went to a bar, I was 13.
Holy shit. What is the drinking age in Canada?
It is 19.
It's a weird, like, arbitrary number.
I know, like, why wouldn't it be 18? Makes more sense. Why is it 21 in the U.S.?
Because 18-year-olds are assholes?
But they can vote.
Yeah, I'm not sure they should.
Can you buy cigarettes?
Not anymore. It used to be 20. It used to be 18.
Okay, so they could buy cigarettes and vote.
And go join the army. That's the important. Like, some fucking 18-year-old can't legally have a beer.
No drinking until 21. That's so weird.
No drinking. Fire a fucking multi-$100,000 missile at somebody.
Isn't it funny how in Europe it's like 14 in some places, 15, 16? Like 16 seems a little young. Like people are still doing it. I think 18 across the world should be the age.
I don't know. I did a lot of drinking before 18.
Oh, of course. Everybody's going to do it. But I think the legal age should be 18 across the world.
But why not make it younger and like introduce people to it responsibly?
That too.
At that point, like, because by the time I turned 21, like, I was a seasoned drunk.
Oh, yeah. You knew what you wanted to drink. You had your favorite cocktail.
Exactly. Hell, there was one bar I'd been sneaking into since I was like 17. And like, I was so used to like just making it past the door guy and then like hiding. It was like a goth club.
Yeah.
Like just hiding in the back. Look how I was dressed. That picture was from like 2021. Like, yeah, I went to, Gotham rock clubs and like just kind of snuck in, like made it past the bouncer and then just kind of hid in the back and like out of sight all night. Like would get friends to actually go up to the bar to get my drinks for me.
Yeah.
And then when I turned 21, like My friend's like, yeah, it's Matt's 21st birthday. And like the whole staff's like,
What?
fuck?
You're not 21?
You've been coming here for years. Years.
Oh my God. They could have been shut down.
They actually did get shut down. I don't think it was my fault.
No.
But like a month or two later, they did get shut down.
Oh no. So you grew up in Chicago.
Yep.
One place that I tried to get into that I was very sad that I didn't because I wasn't 21 was the Hunt Club, which was the club that Chris Farley went to the night that he died, like the bar that he went to. I really wanted to go there. I don't know if it's still around, but I remember going to Chicago for my first time, and I was 19, and I didn't have a fake ID that would work in the US, and yeah, I couldn't get in. And yeah, that was very sad because that would have been my favorite celebrity to have met. Like if I could meet any celebrity, living or dead, it would have been Chris Farley.
Aww.
Who was yours?
And it's permanently closed.
Oh, that's sad.
It also had a 3.4 out of 5-star review. So maybe you weren't missing out.
You never went there?
No.
I thought it was like a famous place in Chicago.
Chicago's a large city.
I guess.
I hung out like...
I was just there in April, and I went to an amazing dueling piano bar.
Nice.
Oh my God, we had a time. And then we went to a strip club. I don't remember what it was called, but no.
Pink Monkey.
No. Name some others.
Atlantis.
It had a girl's name, not like Scarlett's. I don't know. I'd have to look.
Girl's name was it in the city proper or in the burbs?
It was definitely in the city proper.
There's only like 3 clubs in the city.
We took a rickshaw there. And then we brought the rickshaw driver into the club with us and got a private room.
Did you buy him a dance too?
Yep. We bought him a dance.
Good call.
Mm-hmm. He drove us to the club on his little bike. It was the least we could do. It was hilarious.
Yeah, there's Rick's Cabaret, there's Deja Vu.
Rick's. That was it.
It's not a girl's name.
I know. I was thinking. I knew it was a name. I thought it was a girl's name. Yeah, Rick's Cabaret. That's what it was. But the dueling piano bar was the best.
Is that Howl at the Moon?
Yes.
A friend who used to work there. So.
Oh my God, they're so talented. Imagine just being able to play any song just on a whim.
Imagine that level of talent and then be stuck at Howl at the Moon.
Really? I think they love it there. No?
I don't know. If I was a professional musician, I feel like I'd be a little disappointed if I'm using all my talent to just entertain tourists.
I would hope that they're just doing that as like a fun side gig and they're really like doing what they love.
No, Chicago's where ambition goes to die.
Oh, really?
I had to leave.
I thought Chicago was like a great place to be. No?
Oh, Chicago's a lot of fun. It is a great place to get fat.
Okay.
And drink.
But not to live and work.
Not in the arts. If you want a comfortable life, Chicago is a great place as long as you're okay with snow.
Yeah.
The problem with Chicago is it's still very Midwestern. And a lot of people are very fucking talented, but will never actually take the risk to make it entertainment. I worked in music before adult. I ran a record label in the mid-2000s. Worked with some very, very talented artists. And when push came to shove, these guys would not take the risk. All of them.
Well, I know that Blue Man Group has a home there. I went to the Blue Man Group in Chicago.
But I doubt any of the participants are from Chicago.
Do you like the Blue Man Group?
Never actually been.
Oh, it was so fun.
It's one of those things where like, oh yeah.
I would think that would be a risk.
Being a blue person?
Being a part of the Blue Man Group? Like imagine the first time that they came out and like, this is our act.
What, 40 years ago?
Yeah. But they're still kicking. They obviously are doing something right.
Yeah, but it's not the same people.
No, but I mean like the idea of the act. And you're saying Chicago is just not like a very artsy place.
Oh, no, there's plenty of art. There is plenty of art there. It's a very risk-adverse place. Like, there's definitely art there. There's definitely culture there, but it is just very risk-adverse.
Yeah.
It's very stagnant.
One of my favorite museums is actually in Chicago.
Which one?
The Museum of Surgical Science. It is the creepiest museum, only because They have like portraits painted from like the 1800s, 1700s of like crazy medical procedures. Imagine having a portrait done during like a leg amputation. And then they have all these like medieval medical instruments. It's so fascinating. My favorite museum that I've ever been to.
We'll have to check that out. I've never been to that.
Have you not been to Chicago recently?
No. Well, yes, but it was for a funeral. So.
Oh.
I only go back these days for people getting married or getting buried.
Really?
I'm so busy with everything I got going on. If I'm getting on a plane, if it's not for work, it's to probably leave the country.
Yeah. No, I've been there. So I've been there many times because it's pretty close to Toronto.
Is it?
It's 2 hours. 2-hour flight.
Isn't NYC a 2-hour flight also?
No, New York is an hour.
Oh, even closer. Then why are you going to Chicago?
I like it there. It's fun. The Windy City.
And Blue Man Group started in New York, by the way.
No, I knew it didn't start in Chicago, but they have a home base there.
Not anymore.
Oh, really?
Blue Man Group to hold its final Chicago show in January after 30 years.
Oh.
So,
well, just recently. I'm glad I caught one of their last shows.
Now I'll never see it except in Vegas.
Well, I'm going to Vegas next month. I want to check out the Sphere. Have you been?
I haven't. It's so ridiculous.
Why? You don't think it's cool?
I'm sure it'll be cool in person. I'm sure. But it's like events there are so insanely expensive. It's just like.
That's true. I know. Concerts are getting ridiculous nowadays.
They've been ridiculous. But it's also like, is it going to be such a spectacle that it takes away from the actual concert?
Well, one of my favorite concerts that I ever went to was Kiss, and the grandiose spectacle that it was, like the music obviously was awesome, but all the pyrotechnics and the like videos, it was just crazy. It was so wild. So I think that scene.
It's about finding a balance. It's like, if it's just all spectacle, it's like, well, I could have watched a music video at home. So like, I still need a performance from the performers. It can't just be all spectacle.
Oh, Gene Simmons was on like wires, like flying around.
Well, I'm not saying Kiss doesn't put on a good show. I'm just saying, like, I feel like until I see it in person, my opinion on this dome is like, this may just be more spectacle than show.
Yeah. Well, the venue itself, I heard that the seats are so high up, it almost feels like you're on a roller coaster, like if you're in the nosebleeds. Like you feel like almost like if you have like a fear of heights, like it's not comfortable.
Oh, fun.
So you're like on a ride watching the concert.
Oh, good times.
Because it's like this, like round.
I'm a big person of like, I don't really want to see music in more than like a 1,600 seat venue. I like music to be, I want a show, but I also want to be a little intimate.
Yeah. No, I prefer that too.
I will not go to stadium shows.
Yeah.
As I've gotten older, it's like, I don't want to do festivals anymore either.
No.
Because it's just like.
Porta potties? No, thank you.
Definitely slept at one of those at Riot Fest one year.
Ew.
It was in the VIP.
You slept in one.
Drunkenly.
Ugh.
Very, very, very drunkenly.
Ugh.
It wasn't intentional. It wasn't intentional.
Yeah, still disgusting. But it was VIP, so I'm sure.
It was also the first day. I don't think it.
I went to a festival once where the porta potty was overflowing. Like you could literally see it coming out the top.
Oh, yeah.
It was at a country music festival. It was disgusting. Oh my God. I've never seen that before in my life.
Apparently you've been traumatized by it.
So gross. But yeah, festival's too old for that. But I did go to some good ones.
Well, I've been to some good ones, but every time it's just like, for the most part, the act I want to see was on for 15 minutes. And then I'm running across the goddamn festival to another act I want to see. This is like, I would rather just watch the band I want to see put on a full fucking set instead of all these filler bands that I don't really give a fuck about.
Yeah. Who do you want to see next? Who would you like to see?
Oh, that's a great question. And I don't know. I honestly, like, haven't even thought about it. I haven't been to a show in a couple of years.
What?
Yeah.
You live here?
I know. I live walking distance away from two really good venues, too.
Oh, my God. What's the best venue here? I've never been to a concert here in LA.
So I'm a big fan of the Fonda, which is pretty nearby here in Hollywood. It's maybe 1,100 seats. And I saw Mayhem there a couple years ago, like pre-pandemic, and it was one of the best metal shows I've ever been to.
Oh my God, a metal show must be so hilarious.
Why was it hilarious?
Because it's just so much head banging and I can't do it.
Have you never been to a metal show?
No.
What do you listen to? Besides country, obviously.
70s, 80s, 90s, pop, rap.
I hate to break it to you. There was metal in the 80s and 90s.
No, I know. I've just never been to a metal show.
What's stopping?
I went to Kiss.
Kiss is basically a disco band.
They were considered hard rock back in the day.
Yeah, and there was lead in the gasoline. People were mentally ill.
Fine. Okay, I'm going to go to my first metal show. Who am I going to?
Well, that's all a matter of taste, because...
Okay, something light metal.
Light metal? Light metal?
Yeah.
So hard rock.
Okay.
It's a good hard rock band. You are Canadian. You can go see Nickelback.
Oh, what? That's not metal.
No, I know. I'm fucking around.
Okay.
Believe me, they would pull my card immediately, like, Nickelback metal. Did you say that in a sentence? Fucking my metalhead card just pulled. If Slayer's still, even though they did a final world tour, is playing select dates here and there. Like, Slayer's always fun live.
Okay. No, I have heard of that. I've heard of them. So.
I know, I'd hope so.
Yeah.
Pretty big band. Metallica puts on a good live show, like especially because Metallica knows that the majority of their audience is there to hear the classics. So they play a lot of old shit.
That would be a fun one to see too. Okay, so I do like some metal. Yay!
Well, it all depends on what year of Metallica you're listening to.
Okay.
Because if you're listening to Metallica from like the mid 2000s on, it's like it's not as heavy as it once was.
That's fair.
What kind of music were you into like growing up?
Well, I have a Spice Girls tattoo on my ass that says "Girl Power," so that'll tell you what I was into. Yes, I loved the Spice Girls. Oh my God. They were just, it was just like something that we'd never seen before. Like they set the tone. It was girl power. It was so exciting. We were dressing up to go to the mall like the Spice Girls. I was Ginger Spice.
Did you have red hair at the time?
No, but we just picked which ones we liked. Like it was just all about, I had a Spice Girls ruler. Like that's how serious I was about the Spice Girls.
Metric or imperial?
No, it was just like, oh, it was an obsession. I still kept a lot of the memorabilia, not to like resell or anything, but just because I just like to keep a few like mementos. Like I had a pencil case, little notebooks, the ruler.
The Trapper Keeper?
No, I didn't have that. I had the dolls. Oh my God, I love the Spice Girls. I'll have to show you my tattoo later.
Okay. That seems like really difficult in the outfit you decide to show up in.
I know, I will have to get fully naked. That's the one annoying thing about these jumpsuits is that to go to the bathroom, I have to get fully naked, even in a porta potty.
See?
Mm-hmm.
I'm once again standing by my
Yeah. But it looks cute and put together, so.
For sure.
Still winning.
I don't need to look put together.
Yeah.
No one's ever been like, you know what? That Matt Slayer, he looks put together.
No, my friends and I, we got matching Spice Girl tattoos when we were 19, because obviously we were growing up listening to them, not at 19, but I was like, when they came out, I was, I think, 10. And then later on, we met up and got the matching tattoos on our butts.
How'd that night go? Like, what was that discussed well beforehand, or?
No, it was basically a decision made after getting stoned. And I wanted to stop after the word girl because it hurt so badly. Like I was crying. Like I thought the butt would be an easy place because it's so like meaty and fleshy, but apparently that's one of the most painful places.
Oh yeah, there's nerve endings there.
I had no idea. So after girl, I was like, oh, I want to stop. But I just kept going. Once you see the tattoo, you'll see how bad it was. You can see that I was moving around and like there's a lot of like scar tissue and stuff. It's a terrible tattoo.
And you've never just wanted to get it covered up?
It's basic. It's pink. So it's so faded now that I'm so old that you can't really even tell what it says anymore.
Oh my God, you're so old.
I know. But you can't even tell what it says anymore. So I've just kept it because it's so faded and pink that it's just like whatever. There's no point of it getting retouched or taken off. Well, I heard that getting it taken off is even worse pain-wise.
Well, you cover it up with just even bigger girl powder.
Yeah. Well, I'll show it to you later, and you can tell me what you think. Because you have a lot of tattoos, so I'm sure that you have some tattoo opinions.
I do. All of mine are black and gray. All of them.
No color.
No.
What do you think of white ink?
I mean, okay, so technically there is some white ink a little bit for highlights in some of these, but you would never be able to tell.
Yeah, I think white ink tattoos are really cool. And I like red. Red's cool.
My whole thing was like, when I started getting tattoos, like, oh, color fades. So I wanted to just do black and gray for all of it. And
it makes more sense.
it's metal.
Yeah.
Totally. When I started getting tattooed at 18, I was like, oh, I don't metal.
Yes.
Do you have any other ones besides?
I have a flamingo behind my ear. And I have a little heart that I got when I was 15 that I totally regret. But it was one of those things, I'm allergic to piercings, and I begged my mom, I have to do something to destroy my body. Let me get a tattoo, please. I wish she had said no.
How are you allergic to piercings?
Every time I got my ears pierced, the skin would literally grow over the earring. It was like overnight. One time my dad had to take them out with pliers. It was so disgusting. So my body just rejects any sort of, I guess, invasive material.
So you can't get an IUD either?
Well, I would never.
You never get an IUD?
No way. Ugh. Sounds so painful. And there's so many like health risks and fucked up things that can happen to your body. I'd rather just do the pull-out method.
That does not work. The pull-out method does not work. I would never want to trust someone else into my reproductive rights on that.
Oh my God, I know, but it's the best way.
No, the best way is a vasectomy.
Oh, that's true. Yes, I'm begging my boyfriend to get a vasectomy.
Well, you should. They're easy. They're
I know.
Well, they're not painless, but they're relatively painless.
No, trust me. He's promised me it's my Christmas present.
You know Canadian healthcare, isn't it just free?
It is.
What the fuck is you waiting on?
Don't get me started.
I am getting you started. I literally am.
So annoying because he's just like, he says, even though it's so ridiculous, he's like, there's just something about like he won't feel as manly. I have no idea.
Oh no, see it like I got mine done 2 years ago.
Yeah, I know.
And
it's ridiculous.
I feel much more manly just being able to just willy-nilly come in.
I was like, don't you want to give me cream pies nonstop? And yes, he is doing it. And he's gotten over it. He doesn't want to have any more kids. He's 45, so.
Right. And okay, I guess if you're into risky sex, like being like,
sex.
like, oh yeah, the full service cream pie is, like. But I don't know. It's pretty liberating to be like, yeah, I
know. I like the risky sex.
Well, but then why you want him to get snipped?
I know. Hopefully this Christmas.
Well, then it'll be a lot less risky.
I know. Trust me. I'm going to get you to call him later.
I'll give you the YouTube video of me getting my vasectomy. I filmed it.
Really?
Yeah. It's from the chest up. I'm just talking to camera while it's happening.
And what pain did you feel?
It was a little discomfort in my right testicle, and the doctor just numbed me a little more, and it was fine. And then like a week and a half of like discomfort when I moved. That was it.
See, that's what I told him too. But one of his friends just got one and was telling him about it, and he said that it was very uncomfortable, and he was in a lot of pain. So I don't know if he just went to a bad.
He's a bitch.
Yeah, I'm
He's
thinking that too.
I'm on record. Your friend's a bitch.
Yeah, I think so too. My boyfriend's very tough. He's from Manchester, so he's a fighter. I think he can handle it.
I didn't take any pain meds for it the whole time.
Wow.
Like, they're like, oh, just take some Tylenol. I took no pain meds.
I think he'll be fine. It's just a psychological thing.
Oh, for sure.
Like, didn't you go back and forth for a bit? Right away, you're just like, no, I want cream pies.
So the way it came about for me, sorry, audience has heard this. Do you know who Xander Corvus is?
No.
ABN Male Talent of the Year a couple times. Old homie. We did a bit on here where we were talking about normalizing brosectomies.
Cute. What, you guys were holding hands during?
Well, just like, the whole bit was going to be like, do a spa day and like relax and then go get our balls snipped as boys.
Love that.
Roe v. Wade got overturned. And he hit me up. He's like, so Matt, I scheduled it. I'm like, oh shit, I guess I have to commit to the bit. We're doing the thing.
Yay. More bros should be like you guys.
I crowdsourced my vasectomy because it's not free here in America.
Yeah. How much was it?
Like $1,200.
reasonable, I guess.
My audience paid for it. Like I crowdsourced it.
Nice audience.
Well, the campaign was called "Save the World, Stop Matt Slayer from Breeding."
Yeah.
With the graphic of me holding a baby upside down by its foot.
Amazing.
We go to do the first time, and he's like, "Oh, hey, I forgot what he said why, but he backed out the first date, so I rescheduled mine." Go to the second one. He's like, "Oh, I was exposed to COVID this week. I can't go do it." I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna do it anyways because I've crowdsourced this. I do not want all these people to think I'm ripping them off."
Yeah, good for you.
So yeah, went and did it. Had to haggle with the doctor a little bit about filming it. Because I'm like, "Hey, I didn't meet the doctor till the day of the surgery."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Hey, can I film?" He's like, "No."
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I would wonder what procedures are allowed to be filmed, but at least he said yes now.
Well, and I went, "Oh, well, I don't want to actually film like my testicles.
Yeah.
I've kept my dick off the internet this long. Like that'd be a weird way to start."
Well, they probably should have a video somewhere of that because people do want to see those medical procedures.
Oh no, they definitely exist. They definitely exist. And then I told him like, me and Xander's brosectomy thing had been written up in the Daily Beast. Like, there's national coverage on my vasectomy. Like, can I please film it? Like, just for me to. And then once I was like, I just want to chest up, talk to camera while you're doing it, since I'm awake for the whole thing.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh yeah, sure, cool." I think it was a liability issue to have a camera filming his actual work in case like something went wrong. And like, this is the evidence for the malpractice suit.
Well, yay! That's so great that you did that. I love that.
So happy about it. I've come in so many people since then, and like,
isn't it the best?
It is.
Condom sex sucks.
I was doing it beforehand, and just know,
it's risky. Think of how the girls feel.
Oh yeah, who would want to be stuck with me for a fucking life? Jeez. Could you imagine like just some drunken hookup with me and then
God, I have to pee.
Okay, go. Yeah.
But I'll show you my tattoo.
Okay. And we were back from urination, refills, and all that fun shit.
I'm sure that happens a lot.
It does. Usually I can make it a whole show without peeing.
Oh, wow.
But I also drank probably about a liter of tea and an energy drink before we got on air. So.
Well, there's nothing wrong with peeing.
I know. And my urine was very clear, so I'm hydrated.
For you, you're hydrated. Ugh. Okay, let me.
that was good for you.
That is a good thing. Hydration is important.
It is. Building blocks of life and shit.
It's very underrated. Like, people have to look at the color of their pee. I'm going too far.
I know.
How's that?
Much better.
Okay.
Want to make sure that people hear you.
Yeah.
Important part of podcasting.
Okay, where were we?
We were talking about my balls. And their lack of, they still produce sperm. They just don't ejaculate them into people anymore.
No, I'm glad that you did that for the world.
Me too.
And more men need to do it.
I agree. Oh, I've been a giant proponent of it, especially as abortion rights may disappear in America very quickly.
Oh my God.
It's like, on one hand, I'm like, well, if more dudes don't do it, I'm just more and more of an eligible bachelor.
Yeah. That's true.
It's like, yeah, that's right, girl. I can cream pie you.
It's just like, it's such a simple procedure. It is reversible if you really want to go that route, I guess.
The doctor told me, he's like, though it is technically reversible, it very much may not be. So
oh, really? Oh, I always thought that was the one of the pros to it. Like, it is reversible. So if you want to change your mind later on, I'm sure most people aren't, but I thought that there was like a likely.
I mean, there's a likelihood of success, but it's not guaranteed.
Oh, I see.
Especially with the place I went to, they put titanium caps on the ends of it instead of just cauterizing it. So it's like they would have to snip the titanium caps and rebridge it. And he's like, if worse comes to worse and you decide you want kids later on, they can tap your testicles.
Yeah.
And take the sperm directly. No, I'm cool.
You're good. You're good.
43 years old. I've never wanted children.
Yeah.
I have sabotaged a couple of relationships with people that had kids because I freaked out about it.
Yeah. No, I never wanted them either.
At what age did you decide that you...
When did I?
Yeah.
I never had that instinct at all. Like, I obviously loved playing with dolls when I was a kid. Like, there's this one funny photo of my mom breastfeeding my brother and then me breastfeeding my doll next to her on the couch. Like, I guess you kind of are born with that. Like when you're a kid, having that instinct of wanting to play with dolls and stuff, but never wanted to give birth. I'm very vain. I don't think that I would want to get fat and lose my abs. Like, I work so hard on having abs that, yeah, it's a sad thing to say, but yeah, I care about my abs more than I would care about a kid. Is that horrible?
No. It's your life.
Yeah.
More people would be better off in society if they accepted that it's your life. It's not your parents' life. It's not anyone else's life. None of us are making it out of here alive.
And of course, I just don't like the state of the world either. More importantly. More important than my abs.
No,
state of the
no,
world.
no. I feel like your abs is a much more honest statement. I feel like your abs is you being real, and you're being like, society may judge me if I don't throw in the society thing. I think
no, both things are true. I don't like the way of the world.
Well, yeah, one's up here, one's abs are here.
Both things are important, but yes, I do love it.
Abs are here. State of the world's here.
Yeah, I just don't think I would be happy losing my abs.
See?
And I heard that some people can get them back, but your body's never the same. Your vagina's never the same.
Having fucked some single mothers, like, the vagina's fine.
No, I know, but I'm sure it feels different.
No, it's great.
No, not for you. I mean, the woman.
Oh. I mean, not owning a vagina, I wouldn't know.
I know.
I mean, as far as I know, everyone was satisfied in the situation.
Mm-hmm.
I having an average penis, I could not imagine, like, if the post-kid, sex was just like, well, I didn't really feel you there, bro. No one has ever reported that.
Well, that's good.
I think so.
Would you ever desire, if you could like switch places with a woman for a day, like what would you do?
I'd make all the money on OnlyFans. All of it.
So many guys say that now.
Oh, like, God, now I'm a fucking...
Shake their boobs or finger themselves. And then girls say they just want to pee standing up.
Well, honestly, I have a realistic view of society, and like I don't want to be a woman.
I know. I actually do like being a woman.
Well, if you're an empowered woman, you have the ability...
That's true.
...to fucking rule shit.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a conventionally attractive woman and you're willing to be like, hey, holy shit, dudes will just do shit because they're stupid.
No, I know. I'm privileged in that way.
Right. That takes more than a day. I can't just do that in one day. I can't build that empire in one day. Now, if you gave me like years as a woman, I might be able to do some shit.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it didn't look like this as a woman. Like, whole different marketplace as the bearded lady.
I'm sure you'd be very good looking as a woman.
Flattery will get you everywhere, but
mm-hmm.
I feel like that's the crazy part of modern society is it's not even crazy. It's just how it's finally like equaling out. That women are finally deciding like, oh yeah, shit, men will just do things for us because they're dumb.
No, this is a good time. This is a good time to be a woman.
Yeah.
The best time, I think.
It really is because, well, one, domestic violence isn't legal. It was legal in America until like the 70s.
That's the one.
Well,
I know. When you really think about it, women couldn't own a credit card until the 70s.
Right.
Isn't that insane? That wasn't even that long ago.
It's like, yes, you had to be more subtle about how you entice men to do things. And so much was tied to men pulling bullshit. And like, all in all, that all comes from the threat of violence, either subtly or overtly.
Mm-hmm.
And now that's like, society's like finally like, oh, hey, hitting the other people's not cool. Thank God for that. It's like, yes, you can go out and make your fucking bag.
Yeah.
And because it's not taking advantage of dudes. You are providing a service.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sex workers are providing a service. You're providing a value and a work.
I know. That's why it's so funny that so many women are against sex work. Because it's like when a woman expects a man to pay for dinner or that the man needs to be providing to basically be paying for their lifestyle. Like, you are a sex worker. You're providing a service regardless if you're actually getting paid for it or not. If you're just expecting that Hermes bag in return.
It's the weird societal double standard. It's like,
mm-hmm.
yo, if I take you to a movie, McDonald's, and we bang,
yeah,
okay, there's nothing wrong with that.
But the woman expects a guy to pay for the date.
Yeah.
So technically, if you're providing sex in return for that, you could be considered a sex worker.
Yeah. And that's
Technicality.
that technicality is okay in societal norms.
Mm-hmm.
No one bats an eye at like, you went on a date, you hooked up. But if a man directly handed you the same amount of money that dinner, movie, etc. cost, it's like, oh, you're less than.
I know, it's so weird.
It's stupid.
When women are especially saying that because they're expecting the guy to pay. Like for me, I think the first date, the guy should always pay. But after that, I don't know. It's just like that's my old school vision of dating. The man should pay for the first date. After that, I think it's equal. I take my man out, he takes me out, and that's how it should be.
I'm real big on just going Dutch, like on the first date. Like,
Really?
Yeah.
It's tacky.
I'm a tacky motherfucker. What can I say? I will not apologize for that. Because, like, I don't know you. I don't know, like.
Fair enough. Okay, if the date's not going well, fine.
Oh, no. If we put that expectation there out in the first place, it's not a telltale sign if this is going well or not. Like, I think it's much more tacky to make, if the date's going well or not, dependent if I'm going to be financially involved or not. If I'm just setting the expectation from the front, like, no, we're paying our own fucking way. We don't know each other.
Okay.
Well, I'm not saying like.
No, when you put it that way, that's an interesting take.
Because when we're emotionally invested later on, and I will happily pick up stuff for you. I will. Why the fuck should I pay for a stranger that I may never fucking see again?
Because you want to see them again.
Yeah, and I'm fun, and I'm full of personality. So you should want to see me again too. It should be worth your cost of admission.
That's my old-fashioned views, I guess. First date, the guy should pay. That's how I feel. And I'll stand by that.
It's a feeling. I can't argue facts with feeling.
But your take on it does make sense. Yeah. I can see that.
Because I have gone on so many first dates where it's just like, I'm never seeing this person.
And in those cases, I understand wanting to go Dutch. But if you like the girl and want to see her again, I would think that you pay for the first date.
I would rather pay for the second date.
Okay.
I would be like, oh, hey, you're cool. Yeah.
All right, if you're going on a date with Matt, make sure to go on a second date to get a free meal.
And a free cream pie. But
there you go.
I put out. It's one of those things where, like, especially in LA, there are also women who just date for fucking free meals.
I know, I've heard of that.
So, like, why
to be fair, I did that when I was like in my early 20s. There were some restaurants that I wanted to try, and I would go on some dates with guys that I wasn't necessarily interested in.
Right.
Just to try these fancy restaurants.
Right. Why should I fucking pick up the bill for that when you are not coming to the table with honest expectations?
Yeah.
Like, you've already disqualified.
But you would get that feeling prior to paying or not. So if you get that feeling, then of course, pay your own way. But if you actually like the person and want to see them again, I don't know. It's just the old-fashioned romantic thing to do.
Yeah, but it's pretty shitty to change it up like mid-meal. Be like, I was going to pick up the tab, but you kind of suck.
Hi. Nobody's assuming.
Oh, you just said you were assuming that the guy is.
No, only if things are going well. A woman knows if things aren't going well as well.
Fair.
I guess we'll just have to agree to disagree.
Well, we're not dating, so it's okay.
That's true. But it's funny. These podcast interviews kind of are like a date. You're getting to know somebody.
It's true.
Some of the same dating stories, I'm sure, that you tell.
I mean, it goes like a lot of my first dates. You're offering to show me your butt like an hour in. I almost disrobed like a half hour ago. So, yeah.
Look at you using the term disrobing. I love it.
You inceptioned that shit into my brain.
Isn't it so professional? Disrobing.
Well, I can use it then. I'm not a professional.
You can do an audition. I have an audition script. I'm doing some auditions with some girls tomorrow and the next day. So I have some audition scripts.
Do I have to identify as a woman to audition?
No, you just have to be able to read off a teleprompter.
Oh, I'm out. I can't read.
That is one of the biggest problems that we have with auditions, unfortunately. Doesn't no matter how hot you are, if you can't read, no, it's fine. I'm actually trying to start a literacy program for hot girls. It's brutal.
What's it called?
I haven't decided the name yet, but it's so sad. I don't understand why people can't read. It's not even just about the moving words. I don't think that people enjoy reading books as much as they used to. It's
Well-
all audio books and TikTok and whatever, but I don't know. I enjoy reading.
It's instantaneous gratification
Mm-hmm.
to get to the end of a book, unless you have a lot of free time,
Yeah.
especially if you're an average reading comprehension, is a weeks-long process.
Yeah.
Where I can consume a movie in 2 hours and be fucking done and get that dopamine hit of like, well, that was an awesome story.
So you're not a reader? You're just a movie watcher?
I don't have the time to read anymore. Like, I just don't make the time to. I used to read quite a bit. Like, yeah, hell, I don't even have the time to watch movies anymore. Like, don't become an entrepreneur, people. Like, it's a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
No one tells you, like, oh, by the way, you're gonna have to sacrifice like a lot of shit to get your own business. The beautiful part of working for someone else is when you clock out, you get the ability to stop giving a fuck.
Yeah.
When you work for yourself, there is no clocking out.
That's true. That's true.
And that's been my life for the last 7-8 years. So it's just like, yeah, I would like to pick up a book. I end up reading a lot of graphic novels instead because I can burn through very well written graphic novels in a matter of hours versus.
And there's pictures.
Wasn't gonna say it, but thanks for calling me out on that. But some of them are very well written and like.
Hey, I was an Archie comic fan. Is that a graphic novel?
I don't think so. Don't think so.
Oh, I loved Archie comics. Oh my God. I was obsessed with Archie comics. I remember I had some old ones that were like Archie comics from the 80s, and they had a little section called like Archie 2000, which was Archie's in the year 2000s. And they were all in flying cars and spacesuits. Oh, it was hilarious.
See, whenever I see shit like that, I always am like, this is not the dystopia I signed up for. Right now is not the dystopia I signed up for.
I know. Where are the flying cars and the spacesuits?
And my cyberware. Like, I want cyber eyes.
Well, those new Tesla robots are pretty cool.
They're not even real.
What do you mean?
Someone's piloting them at that party.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I just saw like something on Instagram of like Kim Kardashian had one and was talking to it.
Okay, they may have
What party were you talking about? A robot sex party?
There was a big reveal party, and like there were people actually remotely piloting them. They weren't.
Oh, okay. No, I saw one where Kim Kardashian was hanging out with it and like high-fiving it. And
you work in the media too. You know it's not all real.
No, of course not. But I'm sure they will be.
Yeah, flying cars. Well, no, flying cars will never happen because could you imagine how bad people drive now? Imagine them in a 3D space.
I was actually having a discussion with somebody about this recently. I think that they will happen, not soon, like not as soon as we think, because yeah, so many different like rules and regulations would have to be put in place. Like highways, like
people are morons.
Highways.
People are morons now in a 2D space.
I know.
Can you imagine adding?
Oh, there's so many bad drivers.
Yeah.
It's
I live in LA. I know. Oh, I know.
I don't know how some people get their license.
It's not hard.
And why they don't test people every year after the age of 60. I think every year you need to be tested. Maybe not 60, maybe 70. Because you're slowly declining in vision. And like my Grammy's boyfriend, R.I.P., he was 93. He just died this year. And
behind the wheel?
He was still driving at 93.
He died behind the wheel?
No. But yes, he was still driving. He was a maniac because he used to be a driver for fire trucks. So he still drove his car, his minivan, like he would a fire truck. It was insane. Like the fact that I refused to get in a car with him.
He's also 93.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a fuck at that point.
No, I know.
He's like, this is all borrowed time.
Yeah. So he was having a great time, but he was just reckless behind the wheel.
Hell, I'm in my 40s and I feel like I shouldn't be this old. At 93, I'm going no fucks given. None.
Oh, I hope I die at like 75 or 80. I don't know if I want to go longer than that.
It all depends on quality of life.
Well, we're thinking about the last meal again.
Well, for sure. But
I just want to get that lasagna.
Just eat the lasagna. Suffer.
I know.
Give yourself a weekend and eat the lasagna.
I'm going to go home and get Uber Eats tonight. But I'm actually banned on Uber Eats.
What did you do? Show the driver your bus?
No, it was worse than that. I've never told this story publicly before. So 2 years ago, my friend and I were in New York and we were at a pool party and we were very drunk. And then we had to Uber back from a pool party in Brooklyn, and we were staying like in Manhattan. So it was a pretty long Uber drive. And obviously, we're always content creating. So she was wearing a butt plug at the time to take a video for her boyfriend because she was doing anal training. And she asked if I could take a photo of her like wearing this butt plug, like in the back of the Uber. So I asked the driver, is it okay if I take a photo of my friend wearing a butt plug? And he said, okay. But I guess he either didn't understand English or like didn't understand what I was saying. And maybe we were being rambunctious in the back. Like it was only a photo. That was all that happened. Like nothing else other than photo taking. I'm sure I got my tits out as well and took like some selfies.
As you
the
do.
The next day, I go to order an Uber to take me to the airport, and my account is flagged, and it says like call Uber like police. So I call, and they're like, "What happened in your ride yesterday?" And I was like, "What do you mean? Like nothing happened." And then the guy's like, "The driver's claiming you sexually assaulted him." And I was like, "What? Absolutely not. All I did was take a picture of my friend wearing a butt plug."
Well, you probably shouldn't have admitted that.
I thought that honesty was the best policy. And because I admitted that, he's like, well, sex toys aren't allowed and you're banned. But the worst part was that I was banned on Uber Eats too. Like, why Uber Eats? Why not just Uber? So now I'm only Lyft. And luckily Lyft is everywhere. But yeah, no more Uber for me. Well, I could just make a new phone number and then I would get Uber again. But yeah, it's pretty annoying. And then
why would you tell the truth?
Because normally hot girls get away with it. Telling the truth. There's so many times that I've told the truth and you're just like crying. I'm like, I'm sorry.
That works in person, not over the phone with a rep in India.
No, but I don't think he was in India, but
okay, a phone rep who cannot see you.
Just telling him what happened. And I even said, like, I asked the driver, and yeah, the driver claimed that we were touching him. And I was like, absolutely not. Ew.
Wow. Insult to injury. Maybe because you didn't touch him. That's why he was upset.
But the driver, I guess, was trying to get some sort of payout from us, maybe. I don't know.
Well, did he pursue legal?
What was even more annoying was I tipped him like $50 because the ride was obviously expensive from Brooklyn to Manhattan. So I tipped him like a $50 tip because I knew we were annoying. Oh, well.
50 Canadian or US?
US. You finished the whole bottle. Good for you.
It's in my glass. It's not done yet.
Okay.
Not done yet.
Yes, 50 US, which is like $70 Canadian.
I thought it was like 200.
Oh my God, imagine that. Our exchange rate is pretty bad, but it's not that bad, thank God.
For now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see. I know, me shopping earlier was not good.
Well, you shopping after this is going to be horrible.
I know. I'm going on Amazon as soon as I get back to my Airbnb.
Like butt plugs. I need new butt plugs. See if I can get better from Lyft too.
There actually is a light up set that I'm eyeing. They're really cool.
What's stopping you?
I don't know. They're on my Amazon wish list. None of my fans have bought them.
Fans, what are you waiting on?
I know. They're only $20. I don't know why I'm not buying them myself.
What are you, American or Canadian?
I think Canadian, which is like $10.
It's free.
It's $10 US.
You're paying for shipping.
I don't know why I haven't. Okay, I'm buying them tonight. You convinced me.
Well, I'm glad. Changing lives.
Yay.
Here to change lives.
I don't know what I've been waiting for.
Obviously.
Some things are just on the wish list because you just want somebody else to buy them. You don't have a wish list?
I did, but it was also intentionally ridiculous. Like, it had a commercial meat slicer on it.
And did anyone buy it?
Oh, fuck no.
What else is on it?
Tarantula jerky.
Ew.
As I said, it's intentionally ridiculous.
What's the weirdest jerky I've had? I've had alligator.
That was tasty. I've had that too.
But tarantula, no. I don't know about that.
Aw. Surprise for the bonus content. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Kidding. Yeah, there's tarantula jerky. There was like, I don't think it's on there anymore because they stopped having it available. Like a full like air frozen piglet.
Oh God.
It was all very meat centric.
Yeah.
It was all just like, I would like some butchering and some meat. Just get alcohol out Amazon, you know. And well, I don't really want sex toys.
Well, you could get new barware. Some glasses, shot glasses.
I love my glasses. I love my Van Gogh glasses.
What is that?
It's Van.
Oh, that's cute. Yes, they're skulls. Smoking.
It's Van Gogh.
Are you a smoker?
Cigar.
Never cigarettes?
Years ago.
Yeah, me too. What was your cigarette?
Camel Light Wides.
Oh, I loved Camel Crushers. Oh my God.
See, I quit smoking before Crushes were a thing.
No, I was a Benson & Hedges Super Slim Menthol, and I had a Cruella de Vil cigarette holder.
God, that thing must have been like out the fucking
It was. I don't know who the fuck I thought I was, but I thought I was very cool.
See,
I hated the smell on my fingers. That's why I had it.
See, my whole thought process, the reason I went like with Wides was like, oh, well, the pack's the same price. I just want the most nicotine I can for my fucking money.
So they were wide cigarettes.
Yes.
So they're almost like cigarellos?
Not quite that wide, but they're also paper, not tobacco.
Wide. It's so gross.
Or 100s. I'd smoke 100s or Wides.
I also really liked the native cigarettes, which was just rollies, like just tobacco rolled in like the paper or whatever it was. No extra like chemicals.
I had some friends that would, used to roll their own and shit like that. And then I would smoke American Spirits on occasion. And then I forgot the name of the brand. For a while there, I was smoking French cigarettes just because I was like, I'm fucking cool.
Yeah, fabulous.
I'm smoking these fucking French.
Were they black?
No, they weren't cloves.
Oh, I liked those too.
No, I definitely smoked some cloves. Hung out in golf clubs. Of course I smoked some cloves. I forgot the name of this brand, but like my local convenience store like started carrying these fucking French cigarettes and like the filters were all like different colors and shit. I was just like, I was kind of peacocking with my cigarette. Like, that's right.
Those were the days.
I'm smoking my French cigarettes. Like,
I read something recently that because nobody smokes anymore, that's why people are really antisocial now. Because they're not having that cigarette time where you meet people and talk. Because that was a time when you were like out in the smoking area talking to a stranger or like getting a light because it's like an immediate icebreaker.
Oh, for sure. So Chicago didn't pass.
We need to bring back smoking.
I agree. Chicago didn't pass the Clean Air Act till like 2008. So I was old enough to where you could still smoke in bars while I was in bars. And like I had quit smoking by that point, but I used to bring a pack to the bar with me all the time and put the pack on the bar just so girls would strike up conversations with me.
Smart.
And then like even when the Clean Air Act passed, occasionally I would get drunk and smoke. And it's just like, oh, cute girl you want to talk to, go out and smoke. She kind of isolated herself from the pack at that point. You go outside and, fire one up with her and, be like, hey, what's going on? Like,
no, it was the best way to meet someone.
Right.
But what do you think of vaping? Are you a vaping fan?
No.
Oh, I sometimes go through a phase, like probably tonight after this, because I'm drunk, I'll probably want to go get a vape. The flavors are just so good. Some of them, oh my God. Like they really taste like the flavors.
I don't think they're legal for the flavored ones in California anymore.
What do you mean?
They banned a bunch of the flavored ones.
What?
Yeah, because it was catering to children.
Well, it's true. It was. A lot of them were like candy flavors.
It's true. Though when vaping first started, I have a buddy who worked for the vaping industry. Like he was like the number 2 at one of China's biggest vape companies. And there was a point where we were going to start our own vape company. And I wish we had followed through with that shit.
Yeah, you would have been a millionaire.
Right, we would not be doing this podcast right now.
Or it would have been sponsored by.
Well, no, my life would have taken because I was still very much a civilian, very much still living in the Midwest at that point. He went from working at a place called Johnson Creek, which was like one of the first U.S. manufacturers of like the vape liquids on the refillable ones. And he went from there from like working the line to being management there and to being like an executive with a Chinese vape company, like the large Boulder, which is one of the largest ones in China.
Yeah.
And in between him leaving for China and working at Johnson Creek, we talked about like mass producing our own vapes, getting a manufacturer in China. It was almost a thing. And then it just never really fucking came to fruition. I ended up moving to the West Coast and being this.
And here you are.
And here we are. And he is these days starting his own gaming dice company.
Gaming dice? Yeah. Where you're like playing dice in the back alley?
Like Dungeons and Dragons shit.
Oh, I thought it was like, when people are like playing dice in the back
craps?
7-Eleven. But vaping is actually how I quit smoking.
good.
I switched from smoking to vaping, and I remember this was way before it was legal in Canada. Like I used to have to go over to Buffalo to get my like vape cartridges, and I had a really cool, they don't even make it anymore, but you would charge the cigarette in a pack. Like it looked like a fake pack of cigarettes.
Yeah, I remember those.
Charge the cigarette in. And whenever I would bring it out at a bar, people would be like, "What's that?"
Oh, those were the blues, right?
Yeah, it was so cool. But they don't even have them anymore.
Yeah, blue went under, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was an
Now
awesome.
they all look like USBs.
Yeah. I know, like Elf bars, they're enormous. Like this big. Like mine looked like a real cigarette.
Oh yeah, the blues and like the first generation of them, like we were that's what we were gonna manufacture, something that looks like that.
You would have been a millionaire. Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Tried.
Do you have any more inventions?
Well, yeah.
Ideas? Because I love weird.
I mean,
maybe I could invest in something.
I literally just launched a third-party verification service for Blue Sky.
I mean, like a physical.
Oh, you want physical things?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm sorry. My intellectual property doesn't.
I want something like ShamWow, which that guy's insane.
Slap chop.
He's a huge cokehead.
Oh yeah, any of those pitch guys, like
yeah.
Billy Mays.
Oh my God, those infomercials though. Oh, I would buy, like there was one thing that I bought. It was how to make like instant hard-boiled eggs. They were called Eggies, where you never heard of them.
I think you're making shit up now.
I can't believe I fell for this. So I'm a horrible cook. I'm actually better now, but back in the day, like my meals were lean cuisines and cereal. Like when I was like moving out on my own when I was 18 to like 25, lean cuisines and cereal. So I wanted to get better at cooking. So I saw these Eggies, and you could basically make hard-boiled eggs the idiot-proof way, where you'd crack the egg in these little holders. And yeah, it didn't work out, but whatever. The infomercial got me. Or did you ever see The Perfect Pancake? It's as easy as turning a doorknob. You never saw that one?
No.
I'm not making these up. These are real products.
I'm sure they are. I'm sure they're on the shelf.
I guess I spent more time. No, did you ever go to the Made for TV store?
No, but many stores here have the shelf of the Made for TV.
Okay. So, yeah, I guess you're just missing out on the infomercials.
Am I missing out? Am I really missing out?
What? Oh, yeah, you are 43. Remember Miss Cleo?
Oh, yes. She never got a dime of my fucking money, though. Not a cent.
There was a documentary about her that I wanted to watch. Seems interesting.
Oh, it's wild to me how much money that woman made.
I know.
People have always just wanted hope and like wanted to feel like their lives are not fucking wasted.
Would you go to any sort of fortune teller, medium?
Would I be getting laid afterwards because of some girl who dragged me there? This is the question.
just for fun to see like what they say.
No,
No belief. Not necessarily Miss Cleo, but you don't think anybody has the power?
Fuck no.
What?
I'm a very skeptical human being.
I don't know. Some people, obviously not her, but some people I think do have gifts.
Yeah, to cold read people.
Not all that.
To cold read people or tell you what you want to hear through generic bullshit.
Mm-hmm. All right, fine. Another
I am also
to disagree.
I am also a fairly militant atheist at this point, so like I have faith in nothing.
You have faith in vasectomies.
That's science. That's fucking science.
Which I saw there was a Scientology thing around here.
Oh yeah, that's Hollywood. They own a lot of property. It's like Netflix and then
So is like Tom Cruise hanging out around here?
Probably. I mean, the Celebrity Center.
He actually would be a celebrity I'd love to meet.
I wouldn't mind meeting Tom.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel that you're less than a person if you believe in something. Like
no,
as long as you're not trying to enforce it on me, I don't really give a fuck.
And I think actually he's one of my favorite actors. I love all of his movies.
All of them?
What movie is bad of his?
Hold, please. I have to reference my Tom Cruise library.
I know. There's so many good ones.
Oh, no, there's a lot of good ones.
There was one that I even just saw recently. It's an old one, but I only just saw it recently. Magnolia.
Oh. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Magnolia. Holy shit. You're like, Magnolia. Just Magnolia.
I've never seen it before.
Jesus Christ. Magnolia. Fuck.
It was so good. And I loved him in it.
That movie's super fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
How are you 36 and you're just now saw Magnolia?
I don't know. There's a few. I'm sure if I told you some of the movies that I'd never seen before, you'd be shocked. Obviously, I've seen a lot of obscure movies, and I've seen.
But Magnolia's not obscure.
I mean, like I've seen a lot of movies, but there's just so many movies in so little time. Like
that was a pretty big movie.
I'm sorry. Okay, I've read One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, but I never watched the movie.
Okay.
Is that bad?
No.
Okay. What else haven't I seen?
Have you seen Collateral? Speaking of Tom Cruise.
Yes.
Okay. I love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Everything but the ending.
What's my favorite Tom Cruise? Risky Business, of course. I like Mission Impossible 2. He's so hot in it.
2?
Yeah.
Oh, the John Woo one.
Mm-hmm.
The one that is totally different than all the other ones.
I know. I don't know why. He's just so hot in it. What else do I like? Cocktail, of course.
So Tom Cruise is your type?
No. My type is farmer. Like hardworking farmer tan, like a farmer's tan. Ooh, that's hot. Like a calloused hand, hardworking guy like that. Like that's like one of the reasons I fell in love with my boyfriend. My hot tub was broken and he whipped off his belt and fixed my hot tub with his belt. And it was the hottest thing ever.
How was it broken that he fixed it with his belt?
It was like something needed to be like twisted or fixed.
Oh, gotcha. So
and it wasn't like completely broken, but yeah, he just was like, "Oh, I can fix this." Whipped off his belt, fixed it with the belt, and it was just so hot. I was like, "Oh my god, I love you."
I don't want to have your babies, but I love you.
Yeah. No, like right now, he's currently building me a fence at my house,
Aww.
and he's a hardworking guy. Yeah, very, very sexy. Love that. Somebody who can build things. That's my type.
Good.
A handyman. Love that.
No, because I was just curious because you're like, oh, Tom Cruise looks like, oh, no.
No, I just thought he was hot.
Well,
Lots of guys, I think, like there's so many guys that I think are hot, but somebody who I'd want to date, no, I need like a burly handyman.
You're like, you can't, you have to be more than just eye candy. I get it.
You got to fix things around the house.
Well, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Like, I feel like as we mature as people, you just get, you're like, oh shit, you got to provide more than just people.
What kind of girls do you like?
Oh shit, well, emotionally unavailable. But we'll start. We'll just start there. Well, especially my recent track record. It's like
dream girl though, like certain hair color that appeals.
Oh, I'm into big titty redheads.
Big tittied redheads. Okay.
Oh, 100%.
Oh my god, my boyfriend's dream like celebrity girl that he would want to have sex with. What the hell is her name? She was in Jurassic Park. The big tittied redhead.
Ron Howard's daughter.
Is that what her name is?
Dallas Price Howard. From the most recent Jurassic Park?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
the big titty.
Yeah, that is
okay.
That is Ron
Howard's dream girl.
That is Ron Howard's daughter.
You guys have the same dream girl.
I prefer Jessica Chastain, but
yes, she's hot.
and like I don't care if the red comes out of a bottle. Like
yeah,
you don't have to be a natural ginger.
No.
I've recently
carpet matching the drapes.
Who has carpet anymore? Hardwood floors.
Bush is back.
Yeah,
I got lasered, so I'm hardwood floors. But
like, I am not a fan of the Bush. Like
no?
if it's there, I'm not gonna be like, oh no.
Okay, what if it's just like aesthetically, they're not on the carriage, just at the top.
The Dorito, the landing strip.
Yeah.
Whatever, sure.
Yeah,
like,
but it's as long as the bottom.
I mean, if it's on the, I have never once been in the game and been like, all right, I'm out. There's hair there. Not once.
Good. That's good.
No, I'll still put my mouth on it. I'll just be like, well, this is less than ideal, but I'm still here.
Mm-hmm. I'm still here.
It's rude.
It is rude. Yes, you're right.
Oh, hey, I wanted to rub genitals with you up until now.
So how are you down there?
Right this second shaved. Like,
Shaved, not buzzed?
Oh, no, I took a razor to it.
Really?
Yeah.
That can give like razor burn if you're
It's good at the
friction.
moment. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right.
Unfortunately, like my most recent hookup, I was just fucking furry because it was a very unexpected hookup. Like,
How are you meeting girls now? Dating apps?
Dating apps, mutuals,
Yeah.
Just random shenanigans.
Yeah.
And
metal shows.
No, I haven't been to a show forever. And metal shows are literally the worst place to be.
I can imagine.
Literally the worst. Because, like, in my anecdotal experience, every time you try to meet a girl at a metal show, she is there with her dude. Like, oh, you're reasonably attractive. Oh, you're here with your dude. or a Nazi, but
Have you ever had a threesome with a girl and another guy?
I have not.
Yeah, me neither. Well,
Why
I mean,
not?
not two guys. I would only be interested in two girls.
Why?
Too many dicks.
Okay.
I need to focus on one dick.
Well, don't you want both dicks to focus on you?
No.
You don't want me the star of the show?
No, too many dicks. Too full. I have a hard time even having sex with a butt plug in. It's like too full.
You don't want to be airtight?
No. I'm actually pretty lame sexually, even though I'm in the adult industry. I'm super vanilla. Like my favorite porn is massage porn.
Like newer massage?
Yes. It's so hot. I think it's because I've been in the industry for so long that like I've seen all the disgusting stuff that I'd rather just have missionary.
I'm fairly vanilla in my personal sex life too. Like,
yeah.
maybe a little like choking and slapping.
Mhm.
Beyond that, like,
I don't know. That's pretty kinky.
no.
Choking and slapping?
That's pretty vanilla in my world. Like, compared to the people I'm regularly around, like, that's pretty, you know.
What's your porn search?
Oh, Europeans. Like,
Europeans?
oh yeah, because I do not want to jerk off to anyone I know in real life. Like,
Okay. I understand.
with the asterisk of
Gotcha.
unless we've actually had sex, then I'm
Yes.
okay with watching new scenes.
No, what is the genre though?
Oh, big tit.
Netty Pond.
We found
big tittied redheads.
Yeah,
That
no,
is
sure.
the
big tit, like, you know,
like lesbian or
boy,
getting
girl.
fucked.
Boy,
Okay.
girl, yeah. Like,
Boy girl.
of course, the fantasy is that like that's my penis, so
Mhm.
is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah. There's a couple of European performers. Like if I ever go do any of the international expos, I'm going to be running away from. Like I don't want to know you. I don't.
I just came back from Venus. Oh my God, there's some freaks there.
Oh, I heard. Well, I saw footage of some of my friends blowing people on stage.
Oh, I saw a prolapsed anus. Oh my
First time?
God. No, I saw it the last year when I was at Venus.
Same anus?
I don't think it was. It was more out there than the previous year. Oh, actually, the year before it was a guy's. This year it was a girl's.
How were you able to identify?
I could see that one was a man and one was a woman.
Oh, I would have just
But,
been fixated.
oh my God.
I would have just been fixated on the prolapse, so like I
Oh, it
wouldn't have
was
looked.
insane. It was so red. Oh God.
Yeah, that can't be healthy.
No, she seemed to be having a good time.
Yeah, people have good times on heroin too. Doesn't mean it's
I
healthy.
don't know. Oh my God.
People do a lot of unhealthy shit that they enjoy.
Oh,
I eat fried foods all the
I'll
time.
show you the video if you want.
Sure. I mean, not on air. I don't want to have to try to edit that out for fucking the YouTube version.
Oh my God.
But I'm not
it was
afraid to see it.
insane. Yeah. Crazy shit. Have you been to Venus?
I haven't. Like,
God, come next year. Come to the Naked News booth. We have the best booth.
okay. Venus is on the, like, Expos Amsterdam and Venus are both on the list for next
Yes.
year. It's one of those things
Do
like,
it. I would do Venus over Expos Amsterdam.
okay.
Venus. Next year it's actually happening in September. So
Nice.
plan for September.
I also want to go to Berlin because I've only been to Munich.
Yay! We'll see you there. You're going to love it. It's insane. And Berlin is very metal.
I know. Well, I also want to just go hang out in former communist fucking Berlin. I'd just be like, drinking East Berlin.
Oh my God. I went to the Wall Museum. Imagine living there in the wall times. Crazy.
Oh, yeah. That the cut off the subway system from across the city. Or like,
Yeah.
it's through people's apartments and shit.
Mm-hmm. It was, I couldn't have done it.
I'm sure you could have.
I'm very much against the rules.
Well, you may have gotten shot over it, but you could have done it.
Mm-hmm. No, I wouldn't have liked that time at all.
Well, obviously not. I don't think anyone really liked it. It's one of those things where,
I don't know. Germans really do like rules, though.
do they?
They do. What did somebody tell me the other day? Oh, so I looked at my fans recently. My top fans are obviously US. Number 2, my fans are in Germany.
Not Canada? What the fuck?
I know. And when somebody said, they were like, oh, that's great because Germans like rules. They're not going to be pirating content, which is true because they appreciate rules and structure. Go Germans.
I guess public sex is within the rules.
And I think it's just everything's just so free over there, and I just love their views on nudity. Like I covered the Venus Awards naked. I interviewed all the stars naked. It was so fun. But I got some girls to get naked with me.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
As one should do.
Who did I get? Oh, I got Kazumi and Lily Lou and one other girl. I can't remember her name. But yes, they got naked with me.
Well, it's fucked up is Germany's age of consent is 14.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
Yeah.
But I did lose my virginity at 14.
Metric or imperial?
But I lost my blowjob virginity at 13.
I still have never lost my blowjob virginity.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I've never given one. I'm okay with keeping that.
Once?
No, I'm okay with keeping that.
All right, fine.
Not into penises.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason I know that off the top of my head is a fucking joke from Archer.
Mm.
There's a fucking episode like from season 2 where he's
At
like,
first I thought you said Arthur, which I loved that show. I was obsessed with Arthur.
that would be a weird one for the kids. Like, by the way, children, you could have sex in Germany.
One of my favorite memes is the Arthur fist. Oh, I loved Arthur. And I loved how his glasses were like not on his ears. So
he had no ears, right?
And he looks like John Legend. It's so weird. Oh, anyway, back to Archer.
It's a throwaway joke from season 2 where Archer's like, was Germany the Alabama of Europe?
I could see that. I actually never got into that show though. And I love that voice character. He's Bob's Burgers.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why I never watched it really.
Why would you not? Archer's amazing.
Okay, I'm going to get into it.
I mean, the later seasons really
because I love adult cartoons.
What are your other go-to adult cartoons?
Love Simpsons, obviously, Family Guy.
Okay.
I liked BoJack Horseman at first.
Then
I got lame. Do you think Ren and Stimpy is considered adult?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love.
Dude,
I
that had
love Ren and Stimpy.
No business on being on Nickelodeon.
Oh my god, I was obsessed with Ren and Stimpy. Yeah, I would think Simpsons is my top.
You ever get into any of like the weirder shit from the 90s or
like what else?
The Max and Flux.
The only other cartoons I can remember was Rocko's Modern Life.
Beavis and
Cat
Butthead?
Dog, Beavis and Butthead, Pepper Ann, Doug, but those aren't adult. Recess.
Though Doug did, both Rocko's Modern Life and Doug did sneak some subversive shit in like, subtext.
Yeah, even some Disney movies.
Oh yeah.
Do.
Oh
Love
yeah.
it.
I'm a huge fan of like the weird 90s MTV cartoons, like as I said, like the Max, Aeon, Flux, The Head.
Mm-hmm. No, I never saw that. What's The Head?
Oh, it's fucking weird. It's this dude has a demon, like his head is ginormous and literally has an alien living in his head that comes out and like fight.
Like Ninja Turtles?
No,
but there's that brain thing.
That's Krang.
Oh.
He lives in a stomach of an android.
Krang. My bad.
No nerd cred here. You're like,
hey, I can name all of them.
You're like dice for craps. No one plays Dungeons and Dragons in Canada.
I didn't know that they had dice in Dungeons and Dragons. I know what Dungeons and Dragons is.
Then how did you not know about the dice?
I've never played before.
Why is that?
I've played Settlers of Catan.
Well, yeah, that doesn't involve dice. That's a board game.
Only game. I thought Dungeons and Dragons was a board game.
Oh, it's a tabletop RPG.
Oh.
Like you have character
bad.
sheets. And it's all in your mind.
Oh, I thought there was a board game, like where you'd like move. Oh, my bad. Okay. I'm learning everything. So are you a player?
Oh yeah, I've done some gaming.
All right.
Especially by the time this episode comes around.
Are you LARPing?
Not for a long time. And like I normally wouldn't even admit that, but I talked about it on a recent episode with someone else. So like this episode will air after that, and I would just be a liar at that point. So, but yeah, no, I definitely did some LARPing.
That's fun.
Did some LARPing in the late 90s and early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
But also in Chicago at the time, like it was a crazy like goth scene, and like went to my first game at like 15. I'm like, oh, there are hot goth girls here. Yeah, I'm gonna keep playing. Like there are hot.
It seems fun.
It's fun.
It's Halloween all year round.
Sort of. Okay, it's fun. It can be fun, but the problem is the people that really flock to it are looking for escapism from their actual life and end up investing way too much energy into the game and sometimes at the detriment of their own lives.
I could see that.
And I did that too. Legitimately, 2001, I passed up on a probably would have been a pretty good job because I was, nervous about moving out of Chicago, away from my friends and away from gaming.
Oh, well, because you felt so safe in that environment, though.
Yeah.
But at least you're out of it now.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yes. No.
What were you dressing up as?
That picture I showed you was actually me in costume at a LARP.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see you looking like that much costumey.
Maybe
there was a cape. Was there a cape?
No, it was a trench coat.
Oh, okay.
It was not that much costuming. But it's one of those things where, like, yeah, there was a lot of escapism going on with a lot of people. It's just like, escapism's fine. Escapism's fun, but it's not when you put it to the detriment of your real life and let other things be neglected because you're just looking to escape your shitty situation.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's not healthy.
No, I agree with that.
I knew some people that would, like, literally would show up to game, a couple times a week, but didn't have enough money to, like, cover their meals when we'd go out to a diner afterwards.
Oh. What about cosplaying?
So I never got into that, but it's awesome.
So what's the difference? LARPing, you're like playing a game, whereas cosplaying, you're just dressing up.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Like with LARPing, there's a game and there's rules and there's competition, especially like in a lot of LARP environments. It's like player versus player. It's not just player versus environment. It's not a cooperative thing. Versus cosplaying, we just like showing up and looking cute.
Yeah.
You don't have to act. You don't have to like learn mechanics.
So they were always like events that you'd go to dressing up.
Not even events. Like Chicago at the time, especially the whole Midwest, would have LARPs that were going on multiple times a week, like in different places.
The term LARPing is just so funny.
Oh no, it's hilarious.
I'm LARPing.
And one of my favorite things is, like, one of my favorite directors to work for in this industry. I don't think he's ever LARPed a day in his life, but he just refers to like everyone LARPing through life. He's like, no one knows what the fuck they're doing. Everyone's just LARPing.
That's true. That's actually very accurate.
I know. It's like, oh yeah, 100% correct.
Especially people in LA.
Oh yeah, it's just a different take on fake it till you make it.
But actually, that's one of my favorite like mottos. If I'm going to tell somebody like how to be successful, I'm like, fake it till you make it. Keep smiling, and then you'll be happy.
Yeah,
it's actually not super true, but it can work in some. Like there was a study done where like 100 people, 50 of them just stayed regular on their drive to work, like a regular face, and 50 of them smiled on their way to work, fake smiling, like this, driving. And they felt happier doing the fake smile. It's so lame, but that kind of thing, I don't know, maybe it can work.
It could. And also, confidence is key.
Yeah.
But if you say something confidently enough, people will just buy it.
Oh, I know. There's so many bullshit things that I've said that I'm like, oh my God, somebody believed that I said that?
How many on this podcast?
None.
How many do I have to fact? See,
that was a real study. The smiling study.
See, now I have to fact check it
No,
because you just
that
say,
was
like,
a real
like,
study.
You said very confidently none.
No, I would think that, yes, sometimes I have maybe either misquoted things, not necessarily tonight, but I'm just saying in general. I have definitely
Not
either,
necessarily.
like,
There's a good caveat there.
got some facts wrong or like over-exaggerated something, you know what I mean? Like,
oh my God,
I'm saying it confidently.
You're a fallible human being? Oh my God. Your fans are going to be so disappointed.
I know.
You read the news. You can't be wrong.
I don't have a teleprompter here right now.
How do they know that?
I wish I did. I love having the teleprompter.
I'll know that for next time. I'm going to Ron Burgundy you. Just put
the teleprompter is my security blanket, though. It's the best when you're just going into work. Something's written for you. You don't have to think. It's just all there. Oh, it's the best.
Next time we do this, I'll.
You never use a teleprompter, I guess? Why would you? Or have you ever?
No, I can't read.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We discussed this earlier. I'm illiterate.
I'm curious how you would do, though, because you're obviously intelligent.
No, stop telling them that.
I'm sure that you could do it. A lot of people have trouble with the moving screen, like how it's moving. So we'll see how the girls do tomorrow.
Anyone of note that's auditioning?
I don't know. We'll say off camera to see who you know. I'm sure we know a lot of the same people.
For sure.
One person that I shot with the other day said to say hi to you, Gustavo.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. And
That quitter. He quit Xmas. That quitter.
Oh, he's happy about it.
I know. When I saw him at the Xmas party on Wednesday, I'm like, why are you here? You're an ex-employee. Why are you here?
I guess he's still friends with people.
Well, I know.
Yeah, we had a great shoot together. He has a Sphinx cat, and I shot naked with the Sphinx cat. It was hilarious. 2 naked pussies.
Oh. No, Gustavo's great.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, I'm doing this podcast.
Yeah. That's it.
Like,
is that bad?
No, I'm just always curious about how I come up in conversation. That's all.
Well, he asked what else I was doing while I was in town. I said, well, I'm doing this. I'm doing another shoot. I have a podcast I'm doing, which sounded very professional.
And then Gustavo
doing a podcast.
And then Gustavo, informed you like, oh, that's not professional. No,
he said, oh, he's great. I love him. I guess we have a lot of similar mutual friends. Carly as well.
Yep,
Carly David. She actually, when Brian told me I was doing this podcast, I messaged Carly because she had told me that she had done your podcast and you fed her like this disgusting brown liquor. That was it?
That's it.
Oh, she said it was disgusting. So I will not be drinking that.
Boo! Boo.
What is it?
It's Malort.
What the fuck is that?
It's Malort.
Yeah. Where is it from?
Chicago.
What is it?
It's a Chicago bar thing.
Botanical. Its bitter taste is savored by 2-fisted drinkers. So that means like 2 drinks in one hand. I have to smell it. Doesn't smell so bad.
Yeah. We'll just do one little shot as bonus content. One little shot. You'll just
smells like honey.
It does not taste like that.
So it doesn't taste like how it smells.
Definitely not.
Okay, tiny amount. I do love trying.
It's low proof.
Liquor.
It's low proof. It's only 70 proof.
No, it says 35%.
That's 70 proof.
35% is low. 40% is like the normal amount.
Right. It's low. As I said,
so
it's low. It's low proof.
Okay. I never say proof. I like percent.
Ooh la la. Ooh la la.
I am so curious how you pick the tidbits that you put on your Instagram.
Whatever tickles me.
Okay, I wonder what's going to tickle you.
It's literally like, so as I'm going through and doing the edit, because I do everything on this show.
I know, that must take forever, especially because you make these so long.
Nah, it's not that bad.
No?
I've been doing it for a very long time.
Yeah, I guess you're used to it.
I'm a competent editor. Please hire me sometime.
Well, I hope you don't have to take out too much shit tonight.
I take out almost nothing. Like, unless people are like, please pull that. Or it's like,
said anything bad?
Yeah.
That's all. So just take out anything that makes me sound dumb.
Right. I'll keep in whatever makes me sound dumb. I don't care. I'm here for controversy on the internet. Like, I'm not here to get gotcha content. I'm not here to represent anyone in a way that they don't want to be represented for. Yeah. But for myself, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
My opinion on comments, negative connotation, all that shit is like, if you're watching it and you're talking shit in my comment section, you're driving engagement.
No, I agree.
So
any publicity is good publicity.
Well, just the algorithm.
Even when you're getting canceled.
I'm not looking to do anything that's going to get me canceled, but
No, I wasn't getting canceled, but I did have an article go viral recently about me flashing publicly because I like public flashing. It's always been entertaining for me.
In Ubers.
I have a lot of fans that love it too. So obviously my publicist, Brian, got me onto a bunch of news articles like the New York Post, which tons of trolls are on the New York Post, Huffington Post, things like that. And the article went viral. It was in Thailand, Australia, everywhere. So it was about me public flashing in New York.
Well, it's not even illegal there.
I know, it's legal in New York. So it wasn't even that crazy, but he just turned it in. It was, well, anyway.
Spin.
So the article went viral. The amount of hate that I got from that article was insane. One notable comment was, her tits are worse than... than the Twin Tower bombing. Just brutal comments.
Well, since you have to take your jumper off to show me your ass, I will judge your tits as well.
Oh my God. A lot of them were just talking about like how flat or saggy my tits were, how I deserved to be raped. Oh, it was brutal.
Well, that's horrible.
Yeah, just like the worst comments ever, but it got me a lot of followers on OnlyFans. So it was just like, whatever. At first, it was kind of upsetting. So it's like so much hate and you're reading it and you're like, oh my God, are my tits really that saggy? But then I'm getting all these fans. And I'm like, no, whatever.
Well, first and foremost, sorry to the audience who's heard this spiel before, because I talk about this fairly regularly. Anyone who's going to go out of their way to try to make a stranger feel like shit.
Oh, I know.
Has so little going on in their own fucking lives. You should not take anything they say.
But what was worse, it was mostly women that were saying a lot of the mean stuff.
Guess what?
So it's just like, what the fuck?
They're jealous.
Yeah.
They're upset that they're in their mediocre fucking lives, punching their clock, married to some dude that they're not even into. Happy people, happy, busy people especially.
Oh, don't have time.
Do not have time or bandwidth to try to bring a stranger down.
It's so true, but still, even the most confident person, when they're reading horrible comments about themselves, especially insecurities, of course, you're just gonna like, you can't help but feel something. But yeah, I was quickly over it. But at first, when I read it, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I'm
ugly.
I've become numb to it. I've absolutely become numb to it. Like,
but do you ever read the mean?
Oh, all the time. I fight with people in the comment section all the time to drive engagement. I do it intentionally. I will have a string with them, and then when they're like, blah, 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 by the way, thanks for supporting the show.
I know, kill them with kindness.
Like, thank you for supporting the show. Your opinion literally doesn't matter to me.
Yeah. No, I usually now when I see something mean, I'll either like it or like send some heart emojis when somebody's like, you're ugly or like, you're a slut or something. I'll be like, have a nice day.
Well, mine is always thanks for supporting the show.
Yep. Love it.
Like,
it's true.
Yeah. The algorithm does not care if it's a negative or positive comment. All it cares about the comment.
Yeah.
Please tell me. Tell me I sound like shit. Tell me I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, let's hope that lots of trolls comment on this.
I'm all for it. Like, come on with it. All you're doing is bringing more people. The algorithm will push it to more people. And I know this show is not the cup of tea for everybody. I don't care.
Yeah.
But the people that do enjoy it, the people, my fucking drinking buddies that want to fucking be here,
there you go.
All for it. Like, you can't live your life based on, random fucking, you don't know if this person could string a whole sentence together.
I know. I just couldn't help but feel hurt at first. I'm over it now.
Oh no, it's an emotional response. Believe me.
And you just, it's a natural human response, I think, to just have your feelings hurt at first.
Oh, for me, it was like, oh, I want to fight you now. Like emotionally invested. Like, now I will fight with you just for the engagement. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
But initially it was like, oh no, I want to fight you. I want to do things that will make you feel like shit. I want to lash out at you back. Now, but
now it's fun.
Yeah, now it's fun. But
it's funny now. Like me, like saying a comment. Oh, like she deserves to be gang banged.
And we all know.
Jesus, okay.
As we all learned earlier, you're not into that. Not two dicks.
I know.
Especially not 3.
Definitely not 5. What constitutes a gangbang? I thought 5 or more.
Well, I think 3-on-1 is definitely a gangbang.
Really? I always thought like 5.
Well, you overachieved you. Well,
some of those porns are so impressive, like a blow bang where there's like 100 guys. Oh my God. Like I've interviewed some girls that they had like, what's your craziest scene you've ever done? And they're like, gang bang. And I'm like, how many guys? 50, 100. It's insane. And my question is always, how do you relax afterwards?
How do they relax?
Mostly just like icing down there, sitting, lying down, relaxing. Not doing anything, taking a bath.
Epsom salt is your friend at that point.
Jesus Christ. I can't even imagine.
Hard pass.
Yeah. You wouldn't want to be in that?
No. Well, hell, I've been offered to like go be part of a bukkake, and it's just like, nah, I'm cool.
Like, bukkake. One of my favorite words.
Years ago, I got a mutual was just like, oh, he was being a mope in a fucking bukkake. And he was like, dude, you should go to a test and do this. And I'm like, what? And I'm just like, why would I want to do that?
A bucket list item.
We have different buckets. They're very different buckets.
Just something funny to do. No?
Oh, hey, try to keep my dick hard surrounded by a bunch
That's the thing that would be weird to me if I was a guy. It was like, how do you get hard with a bunch of other guys in the gangbang?
Well,
I guess it's the testosterone in the room.
But also, like, with the bukkake, like, oh, cool, I get to jerk off on this girl's face and not even touch her? Like, that sounds less than fun.
Oh, that's true. It's not really a blow bang.
Right.
It's more just coming on her face.
Right. I get to jerk off in a room with 100 other dudes.
Yeah, that would be tough.
And come on this girl's face and then like.
There's a very weird, it's not naked news, but there's a Japanese version of women reading the news while guys are coming on their faces. It has nothing to do with naked news, but it's a version in Japan of news anchors reading the news clothed while they're getting cummed on, and the cum is dripping down their eyes, and they're still reading the news. And my producer would always say, this is what's going to happen if you guys, like, don't shape up, like, as a joke.
They're dry cleaning bills.
So funny. But it's so professional. The cum just dripping on the eyelashes, still reading stoically. Oh, it was amazing.
I just keep thinking, like, when the cum eventually makes it onto their outfits, they're going to have to get that shit dry.
But they were actually at a desk, too, with the papers. Very professional.
You're the ones without a desk. I can't call you professionals without your desk.
We're going to have to crowdfund desks. Clear desks.
And try not to basic instinct it while you're... What would happen if lips did get shown?
That's fine. It's just, I don't know. It's
as long as they're not wide open.
It's all about being able to take your clothes off, and you can't do it when you're sitting down.
That's a lie.
Well, of course you can, but it's just not aesthetically pleasing.
With practice, it could be.
No. Shimmying like this.
You're wearing a onesie right now. Like
I'm sure I could still do it professionally, disrobing, right. But it's just not, you can't see everything. You can't see the goods.
If you got tearaway outfits, you could just...
Oh my God, I love tearaways.
Yep.
Yes, and when tearaways were popular when I was younger, the cool way to wear them was all undone. No? Is that how you wore them?
I've only worn them once to an Expo party, but...
Oh, I guess they're coming back now. Everything that was old is new again now. Today I bought a fuzzy... like bowl hat.
Oh Jesus! Like 2000.
Yes.
Christina Aguilera or some shit.
Yes, like Pamela Anderson. Yeah, I bought one of those today. I was at Santee Alley, my favorite place to shop when I'm in LA, and it was so cute. I had to buy it.
Why aren't you wearing it right now?
I should have, but it didn't match this outfit. I considered wearing it.
I would have appreciated it.
Next time.
All right. Next time.
Well, I wanted to go to Jumbo's tonight. But I didn't realize it was closed on Mondays.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
Oh, well.
I did not realize it was closed on Mondays. That's a bummer.
I know. And Tuesdays. And I leave on Thursday.
So Wednesday it is.
Yes.
A good move on your part, like, since you don't give a fuck about American Thanksgiving, to fly out on Thanksgiving.
That's why I chose that day to fly out. And my flight was very cheap.
Oh, yeah, and you'll probably get a first class upgrade for nothing because no one's going to be able to
do those anymore.
Oh, they do.
Well, not on Porter. Porter, they're already...
What the fuck is Porter?
There's no first class seats. It's an airline that flies out of Toronto. That's like a Toronto-based airline. There's only 2 seats in a row, like 2 and 2, rather than 3.
Are you flying like a poor?
No, Porter's actually a very high-class airline. Free booze, free snacks.
Oh, shit.
Free Wi-Fi. It's the best. If you ever want to come to Toronto, that's the best airline to fly.
I've never been to Canada, so I should.
Oh, well, what would I recommend you to go to? If you like mushrooms and like weed and stuff, I'd go to British Columbia.
Well, the plan is to go to Montreal.
Oh, yeah, Montreal's good. Lots of great strip clubs, poutine.
I don't care about... Honestly, I don't step foot in strip clubs unless I'm being paid to be there.
What? You don't like strip clubs? But you like Jumbo's.
Jumbo's isn't a strip club. Jumbo's a dive bar where my friends work at.
I know. I wish it was open tonight.
Like, I'm friends with people that work there, so it's just like...
Can't we get them to open tonight just for us? Oh, so sad.
I know.
Don't they know we have dollar bills to throw?
Make it rain.
Oh, I love it there so much. I'm
Same.
so sad.
Same.
What's another strip club that's fun here?
They're not.
None of them? That's the only one.
Jumbo's is not a strip club. It's
Okay, what's another fun place in LA?
there's lots of those.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, it depends on what you're into. Like,
I like karaoke bars. I like dueling piano bars.
Right.
I like anything lame.
so like my go-to LA experience, if you're not like doing something like Jumbo's, is like Bar Jackalope downtown.
Never heard of that. Dive bar?
No. It's a speakeasy inside another really rad bar called 7th Grand. It is like 15 seats. They only serve whiskey and cigars.
Love it.
And the bartenders are much more like sommeliers. They're just like, what kind of whiskey do you normally drink? Well, I recommend a flight of these.
I would do that if it was a tequila bar.
I don't know if there's a tequila bar that does that, but I don't know. I never walk out of there without spending hundreds and like just it's great. And especially when I first started going there, like you literally had to know it was there. Because you walk back by the bathrooms in 7th Grand and press a button, a red light comes on.
Oh, that's cool.
And someone opens the door like, how many in your party?
Oh my God, that's so cool.
And the only way to make a reservation is if you have a bottle in their like liquor lockers.
Very cool. Yes, you definitely feel like a boss doing that move.
Yeah. These days there's a sign by the button. It's not as cool. Of course, shout out to my boys at Lost Property, which once again, that was a bar that you had to know existed when I first started going there like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
It has a recessed door. It's in Hollywood. They used to keep the door closed and like there's just a blue sign above the door. Rad, like dark wood, leather, cocktail bar. It's a rad spot. These days, because they got post-COVID world, just have to make more money. They have stanchions and a sign up, like people know it's there now.
Yeah.
It's still a really awesome bar. Unfortunately, they're only open Wednesday through Saturday right now.
What's going on with Mondays?
Well, Mondays also has Elbow Room, which is a rad, like modern sports bar with good pizza. That used to be like my Monday night drinking spot.
Okay. I like random nights, like Monday, Tuesday. I'd rather go out on like a weekday than a weekend because it's too busy on a weekend.
That's amateur hour. I don't drink on weekends.
Yeah.
Well, not with people.
Yeah.
Or not in public. I definitely drink on weekends. But that's amateur hour. Like that's with the 9-to-5ers who don't know how to hold their booze. That's where you get into a fucking bar.
Totally.
That's
okay. Just because you said amateur hour, I have to ask because you live in LA. Did you ever go to the Playboy Mansion?
Sadly, no.
What? Matt.
Wasn't cool enough at that point.
Oh my God. Well, too late now.
It is.
Because that was Hugh Hefner's famous line that New Year's Eve was amateur night.
I stand by that.
Yeah, I agree as well. New Year's Eve is lame.
Yeah, the closest I got was I had a friend who worked for Playboy years ago and got me into like a Playboy party in Chicago in the mid 2000s. But like,
I would have loved to go to the Playboy Mansion in like the 80s.
Oh.
Or the early 90s even.
I would have been happy to go there like on Hef's death. Just to be like, yep, was here.
Exactly.
Even if I didn't have someone to do it with, I would have rode one out in the grotto. Just be like, I came in the grotto.
Oh, well. Are there still like parties going on there?
No.
No? His son's not doing anything?
So they sold the house as part of like...
Oh, that's right. That's right, yes. But I wasn't sure if there was like still events and stuff going on.
No. I mean, most of the Playboy print got sold off to MindGeek years ago, so...
Yeah. No, I saw that they're trying to like make a comeback, but...
international editions, but like I believe it's all owned by MindGeek, so it's... Or AO or whatever their name is these days.
Oh, the owner's Pornhub, yeah.
Yeah. Because they definitely got Playboy's digital footprint years ago, and I think they got the rest of it. Like, I legitimately read Playboy articles back in the day.
Oh, I know. It was a great magazine.
It's what inspired me to go to Cuba the first time.
I was never in it, but I was in Hustler.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
A little dirtier, but...
My spread pussy was out there. It was very exciting.
Oh, no, not your spread pussy. Oh,
I
no.
know. It was so exciting.
You didn't feel like such a prude. You're like, you've never even put your dick on the internet. Like, my spread pussy was in Hustling.
I was actually surprised about that. You never sent a dick pic?
Nope. The only time my dick has been on film was unintentional.
Okay.
And I accidentally sent it to a friend of mine. Well, like, she's a performer, and I edited her content, and like, I was doing a photo shoot for her in Vegas, and while we were there, she had like a great big like soaking tub in her suite, and I'm like, I'm gonna set myself up like pictures of me like in the tub smoking cigars. So I took a bunch of pictures of me.
That would have been a great pic.
Oh yeah, no, I took a bunch of pictures like that. The ones I put on the internet were cropped, but I dumped the whole SD card to give to her. And she just texted me like, "Is that your dick?" I'm like, my bad.
No, that was my cigar.
No, that was definitely my flaccid penis floating in the water. My bad. But I'm just like, of anyone, I edit your porn. It's okay.
Yeah.
I've seen you get railed by multiple people. You can see my flaccid dick.
It's such a funny fetish, the dick ratings. I get so many of them. I think they're hilarious. I love doing them. But it's just like, really? You want me to rate your dick? Okay. I really just give everybody a 10 out of 10.
But what about those people that want the like small dick humiliation?
I don't like those. I still will do them, but I prefer to be nice.
Aw.
I know. I want everybody to feel good about their dick.
Aw.
I'm sure people know.
I'm sure. But dudes, in real life, as long as you're confident about what you're packing, no one's gonna say shit. This is very much a confidence is key. Like,
Yeah.
if you pull your dick out and you're like, it's a turnoff.
A lot of the times, the only critique that I'm giving is if there's like a mess in the room, or like their bathroom needs to be cleaned, or like the lighting isn't good, or they're like hairy. I'm like, oh, you need to trim those balls and then you'll be a 10 out of 10.
That reminds me of something that we did years ago on the show in the audio only days, because both my co-hosts were performers. For a little while, they were trying to make a thing of doing unsolicited dick pic ratings, but instead of rating the dick, we'd rate everything about the pic except the dick.
Oh, some pics are just terrible.
Well, I remember we had one.
Clean your mirror, clean your room. Like, why is there like disgusting stains all over the mirror? Like, gross. So gross.
A little triggered at the moment. I just said my room.
If you're going to take a dick pic, especially.
Well, I'm not taking dick pics, but I did, take an unexpected hookup in there.
But if you're, oh my God, always be ready for an unexpected hookup.
Well,
Why aren't you making your bed?
Oh, I'm never making my bed. That's just not happening. But, the pile of cans next to my editing station probably should have been.
Cans? Oh my God, I don't even want to go into your room now.
Well, I wasn't inviting you, so it's fine. There was not an invitation extended.
I will definitely be.
I know you've already made yourself at home, but no, you can't go in my room.
Well, it will be to make fun of your mess.
It's better now. But
Jesus.
Yeah, the last hookup was just like, because I sit there in front of my monitor for hours on end. So yeah, there were some dead monster cans next to the fucking on my desk.
Dead mouse. Oh.
No.
Gross.
There's no insects or fucking mammals.
No, this seems like a nice building.
Yeah, I like living here. But yeah, it was still like, be like, yo, girl, my dick's a little hairy. My room is definitely not like meant for company at the moment.
Well, I hope you wash your sheets regularly.
That I do.
Good. Once a week?
Twice? Every other bi-monthly?
Bi-monthly? All right, fine.
I'm a dude.
It should be once a week, but okay. Bi-monthly is better than tri-monthly.
I'm a dude. I'm a dude that like very regularly, like I could be on death's door, but like, maybe I'll go to the doctor now. Like I was fully expecting, like I'm obviously feeling a lot better now, but I was fully expecting you.
Yay, the emergency!
Right? I was fully expecting you to show me like, dude, you are sick. Why am I here?
No, I didn't get that at all. A little nasally maybe, but I said to you if you wanted to cancel. I think if you felt really bad, then you would have canceled.
No. I just want to put that out there. Like the last thing I wanted to do was like have you walk into a situation like, why is this dude having me over while he's sick and sick?
I was never like, even when COVID was going on, I was like, meh.
Do you not believe it exists?
No, I did. I got the vaccine, but like I got it and it was like, I guess because I'm a healthy person that it didn't affect me. I know obviously it was horrible for a lot of people and a lot of people died, but for me personally, I was never concerned. I was never like a masker and like wearing the masks all the time. I was like, I need fresh air.
I definitely messed up, but I was also more concerned about losing income from being sick than like actually like I'm like, if I die, I die. But being sick for a week and not being able to get work done.
Yes.
Like that.
I actually was the one that shut down the Naked News studio for 2 weeks.
You are the producer.
Because I got COVID for the first time. And I was like, what? Can you believe that Naked News was deemed essential?
Yes.
We were open the whole time. Isn't that what's funny? Like there's so many more important things that should have been essential. But yeah, we were deemed essential. News and media.
Well, yeah.
So funny.
You were a necessary distraction.
Totally. We're totally essential.
I hate to do it. I hate to do it. We got to call last call. You know, we've been doing this for like 2.5 hours, right?
Really? Oh my God. Well, I'm pretty much done. We can call it now.
We are calling it now.
Okay.
The thing I was doing.
Last call.
Before we get you out of here, though.
What are you looking at?
The recorder, the timer on the recorder.
It's 2.5 hours? Wow.
Yeah, well, minus like the 5 minutes of us urinating and such, but getting more ice. But
pretty good.
Roughly 2.5 hours before we get you out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Where can they find you on the things?
The things? Well, I'm at Flexipeeler on all platforms. EilaAdams.com for all my nudes and sexual stuff. OnlyFans/Eila Adams. NakedNews.com. Just Google Eila Adams.
Easy enough.
No, you're going to be doing it later.
No, I'm going to see your butt in person. I don't need to Google it. There have been multiple times on this episode you're like, I'm going to show you my ass. Like, why do I have to Google it?
It's just to show the tattoo. Whatever. Don't make me feel bad about it.
I will not. I'm not going to shame you for your butt. That'd be rude.
He's slut shaming me.
Oh, I know. I'm definitely not doing that. Body shaming, maybe, but slut shaming, no. Kidding.
Well, this was so fun. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. We will do it again at some point.
Yay!
But until next week, drink up, motherfuckers.
Is that your sign off?
It is my sign off.